I added it to it because, let me tell you, it made the dildo pretty powerful. Okay. Welcome back, guys. This is Arnaldo, a.k.a. Mad Dog, and this is going to be the real episode 78 of GG's The Mouthful podcast.
Hi, everybody. GG.
Come on, man. You can't do it that way. You have to do it.
I always concerned that I might be annoying people with it.
You just made me depressed right there.
How much
All
you
right.
annoy
Come
me
on.
is not the... No, just kidding.
All right. So, here it comes. Ready? GG!
Yes, that's what
There
I'm
you
talking
go.
about. Dang it.
There's the rooster that we needed.
Exactly.
Somebody's going to have to take over my GGs at some point.
Well, sometimes we do. When you're not here, somebody says it. It's never the same, but you
Yeah,
know,
we can't take it from heart. That's why.
that's what it is. Yeah.
It's like a lion's roar.
It comes
honestly.
to... Oh, yes.
Oh,
yes.
that's my
It's like-
roar.
it's like when Simba found his roar.
I'll take that.
Oh, man. The voice, of course, is Mr. David Santos, a.k.a. Dream Twister.
Yes. How's it going, everybody?
And, of course, with us is back by popular demand, missing a week because, well, you know, she has things to do.
Of course.
Shadow
More important things to do.
24/7, a.k.a. Krista Montanez.
Honestly, though, that could also sound like a rooster, depending whoever's listening to this, whether in the morning or not.
It could, yeah. You can just wake them up. Yeah. G, 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 G.
That should be a ringtone.
Yeah, it
That
should
should
be.
be a
Oh, yeah,
ringtone.
that works because it's 4 Gs for Good Game Gamer Group. So,
But he did it so perfully, though.
all right, for
should be named
next
into a
podcast,
ringtone.
for next week,
We got it. We got it.
we got the gallito GG,
I like it.
the rooster.
The rooster. Oh, I don't want to say the other one. All right. If this is your first time, guys, listening to GG, thank you so much for tuning in to the Mouthful podcast. As always, please like, subscribe to the group.
What is GG, Analo?
GG, good sir, is
The
best
premier.
group. Oh, I was gonna- okay, that's fine. The premier group of Facebook. Go to goodgame.tech and join the conversation there. We got all the good stuff there. Also,
Everyone's welcome.
a little bit of housekeeping. GG is doing Extra Life this year.
Yes, we are.
November 4th cannot come soon enough,
Yeah, I
guys.
know. I still haven't gotten a single donation because I haven't. Well,
Oh, I was gonna say,
haven't
you
been
haven't been telling me. Yeah, okay.
yeah.
You have to tell people.
Because I thought it was something that you. I thought I should have known better, but by now, I thought this was something that you like push for the date. But no,
You can do it that way as well. Yeah, you can do it
No,
that
but
way.
I'm gonna set it up proper.
Yeah. Good. But yeah, we'll be doing our 24-hour stream, the group of us, and of course for the kids, specifically for Honor Palmer Hospital here in Orlando. So we'll be raising money for them. It's going to be good, and it'll be always for a good cause.
It's gonna be fun streaming.
Yes.
Trying to stay
Yeah, I'm
awake.
wondering-
I've never done a
yes.
24-hour
Really?
marathon like that.
Yeah, I've been wondering, since I might sit in with you, I should maybe bring my hard drive over.
Good. Yeah. Definitely.
It's gonna be Cuphead 24 hours.
It'll take me that long to freaking beat that
Oh
game.
my god.
But yeah, so we're going to start with what we always start with, and that is what have we been up to? Miss Shadow, since you were away from us for a week, what have you been doing these last 2 weeks?
Bring us up to speed on
Yes.
everything you've been doing for the last 2 weeks.
A long time ago
So-
in a galaxy far, far. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So I watched and finished One Punch Man on Netflix.
Oh, the anime.
Yes.
That is. Tell me about this anime.
You were ready
It's
to.
kind of satirical to
Is
like
it okay? Maybe that's why.
a bit because it's like literally someone who can literally one punch something.
Anything.
Yeah,
One
anything.
punch anything.
This is like
Yeah, so
the.
Sounds
it's like
ridiculous.
satirical to all those like superheroes who are like super duper strong and all that, but it's funny.
Okay.
And it's good, and the fight scenes are great.
Is this a Netflix original, or is
No,
just
no,
Netflix
no,
bringing
it's
this
just
over?
Netflix on it.
Okay. Okay.
So you probably could find it on Crunchyroll also, maybe.
Probably.
I
yeah.
think so,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
as far as I know, it's only season 1.
I saw the not the trailer, but I guess the cover art for it on Netflix, and I was like, "What is this crap?" Because the character just looks kind of basic, almost generic, man. Like you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, "I don't know what's going on here," but it's cool. It's cool to know that it's good.
Yeah, it's good. And then recently I
Those
saw.
fight scenes must be very enthralling. With one punch, you could just.
Well, I mean, if
You
you
should
if you
watch it,
dodge,
though.
if you're constantly dodging it, you
Oh,
know what I
okay.
mean, to avoid that one punch, then
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
you should actually just.
I'm probably gonna.
maybe-
I want to pull it out.
You know
see.
what?
I think so,
Maybe
yeah.
after this, we should watch the very first episode and see how you guys see it.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
sure.
So I watched the first Kingsman a few days
Oh.
ago.
Okay.
Oh yes. What you think?
It was good.
Yeah,
It was really
That's
good. I was
crazy.
surprised.
it is crazy. That's another.
Samuel Jackson, man. I love Samuel.
I couldn't with
I
that.
love
I'm like, I
Jackson.
can't take him seriously right now.
Well, tell me that it didn't surprise you. The first time you see him, you're like, oh, okay, here's Samuel Jackson.
Until I
He's gonna
heard
be
his
dropping
voice.
mother efforts left and
Until
right.
I heard his voice,
and
I'm
then
like,
you
oh my
hear
God.
his voice.
Yeah.
I know. Oh my god, so hilarious.
What an oddball. Well, odd choice, but it worked too. So I can't.
Oh yeah, I think that was part of the charm itself.
So I've also started playing Warframe again, but this time on PlayStation because a few friends downloaded it, so I've been helping them out.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Warframe, nice.
Yep,
That's
Still-
the free to play one, right?
it is,
Okay.
and it's still so good.
Yeah. Good stuff.
So, question is that because that's been described in a way to me, or maybe I interpret it this way, like a Destiny-ish type of game. Is it? I mean, you play with your buddies,
You don't. Well,
but you don't have a hub. Tell me about it.
I mean, you don't have a central group hub. Well, you kind of do, but you don't have to always go there just to do missions and all that.
Oh, okay.
Your missions are sent to you on your ship,
Oh, okay.
so you can do them by yourself, with a group. Doesn't matter.
Now, does the game scale to when you have a group, or is it the same whether you're by yourself or with a group? So
It's the
in other words,
same.
make it easier. Oh, so it's easier
Yeah.
with a group then.
It's the same no matter
Okay.
what, because you either get destroyed whether you're by yourself or in a group.
Well,
Like, there's-
It's just hard all around.
I guess
Yeah.
it's hard.
the only difference depends what weapons you got, what warframe you got, and what mods you have on your warframe,
Mm.
and companion too, because you
That-
get companions.
That brings to
Yeah.
question a specific topic. So, how are the microtransactions in this game?
Oh yes. How are the loot boxes?
No loot boxes.
No loot.
Oh, okay. So this
But,
game it hasn't been tainted
No,
yet.
no.
The
Yeah.
microtransactions is what brings you back to that. It's a free to play game.
Yes.
That's what
I'm
brings
sure.
it back. And
Have you spent any money on it?
no,
No.
no. But
This is why you're getting destroyed.
Probably.
no, there are ways to go past the platinum, which is the microtransactions, the real money in-game currency. You can use it to rush things always, or buy warframes if you wanted, and I think use it to buy packs too.
Can you earn those on in game?
You can sometimes, yes, and you can usually buy, I think, tournaments if you win them, and also by trading with people too, because there are people who are willing to spend quite a bit of platinum for a specific warframe mod, yada yada.
Okay.
Yeah, and the only thing I think you can sell are, well, warframe wise, are prime parts, which are hard to a
attain?
degree to get.
Okay. But you can sell them.
Yes, you can sell
Okay.
them if you don't want them.
Nice.
I have Warframe on PC, and I mean, it like looks amazing graphically. It's like beautiful game.
And it's a game that's being supported. It's not,
Yeah.
it's not like
Yeah,
it's just
there's
sitting there.
lots
yeah.
of people
Yeah.
who play it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've ever
maybe
really seen
maybe having
their
it free to
player base go
play
down.
might be helping.
Maybe,
you know,
yeah. I think that's what
maybe
it
not
is.
putting a $60 price tag on front of it, and then have the gall to ask for more money. Right? I mean, am I missing
Our
something?
poor audience has no idea what they're in for this today. I'm just letting you all know.
I can hear the anger coming
Oh
from you.
my gosh.
So,
Oh man. It's hilarious. It's
We're
serious.
losing it.
Yeah,
And-
it's serious.
and the story's surprisingly good too.
Is it? Oh,
Oh, really?
and a story. And a free to play game.
Yeah. But watching. Which reminds me. One of the reasons I stopped playing is because of the first time I made a character, and it asks you to register and whatever. Okay, you make a character. I can't delete the character. I can't start, with another one
No.
or anything. It's like I'm stuck with whatever choices I made.
Until you're able to make another Warframe. Yeah, I had that issue because I had the game when it first came out on PlayStation. So the first 3 Warframes you can get were different from the ones now. So I think it was Excalibur, which is a well-balanced Loki, and I think Mag, and that's it. So I picked Loki, who can... he's mostly a stealth. He's a fast stealth Warframe.
Okay.
And
That sounds cool.
the issue is...
Roguish.
It is. But the issue is that he's kind of weak.
Oh,
So that's kind of hard for me when I'm playing by myself.
Yeah, definitely. Right? Yeah. You
And
need
now-
to have a tank with you.
Yeah, now I finally got my tank Warframe, which is Rhino.
Mhm.
So I'm
Yeah.
leveling him up and
You know,
destroying people.
You know what's funny that you mentioned that? Every MMO or almost every MMO that I play, I tend to gear towards the support characters. So I'll always play a healer even if I'm playing by myself. And then I'm having a hell of a hard time like getting those levels up because yeah, sure, I can heal myself, but I'm weak as hell. And my hit points are usually low. That happened to me in World of Warcraft back in the forever ago. And also when I was playing Final Fantasy 11, especially, my God, because that game was brutal, and 14. But for some reason, and Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Well,
I always pick a healer for some reason for support. It's in my nature to help.
It is, yeah.
Yes,
It's difficult until
and I play Mercy, so that should tell you.
Yeah.
player now.
Yeah. I don't think you're gonna want to.
That's honestly not. I mean, it's not really an issue because you always need a healer, and nobody else wants to play.
Yeah, that's
a
actually true.
support
That's
character.
a rare thing to be that one to
That's
say.
why
That's what I'm
I've
gonna
been
do.
playing mostly healer in Overwatch.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I trust myself being a healer than somebody else.
yeah. You know what? You
Lead
be
the
front line.
charge,
You
guys.
attack.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, if I can help you, keep you alive, I feel good about doing that. So, but then it just like you were describing, Shadow, when I'm playing by myself, I get wrecked because I'm a twig. I'm a healing twig.
Wow.
So I'm leaving the two best for last. So before I came here, I finished the second episode for Life is Strange.
Oh, I knew it came out. I was wondering if
Yeah,
that's
it came
why you
out
took
Thursday.
last week off.
No, it came
Yesterday?
out. Yeah, it came out
Oh,
Thursday.
okay.
And
That's
I
how
still
good
like it.
is.
It's still good?
I still like
Okay,
it. Because
okay.
you know how some of those times you're still on that high on that game and you just don't want to play anything else?
Mhm, yeah.
That's how it is right now.
That's good.
That's
That's
good.
good. That's awesome. Is it long? Was it about an hour and a half, 2
Still
hours?
about the same time, but with me, I like to look at everything
Yeah.
and because
Explore,
it still
yeah.
has some of the collectible stuff in the first one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I look at everything, and sometimes I want to look at something, and you have that occasional moment when you accidentally interact with what you don't want to interact with, and that keeps the story moving.
Oh, okay.
So I just
Oh,
look
yeah,
at
no,
everything
damn
before I
it.
do that.
I still wanted to check what was in this room. Oh,
I hate that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's happened a few times already. And my best for last is I finally got to play the Switch.
The Switch?
Switch?
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, do you have a Switch or you just got to play a Switch?
No.
Okay.
GameStop
Baby steps, right?
finally installed a Switch on their display.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
I see you
So
posting
happy
about
about
that.
that.
Yeah. How do
So
you feel?
happy.
How does it feel? Yeah.
Does
how does
it exist? Is it a real thing?
What did you play?
I played Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, they have
nice.
a demo of that.
How does it feel?
It's good because they had the controller with the Joy-Cons on it.
Okay.
They had that one and the Joy-Cons separately. So
you could
for
try
So you
both.
could just do like
So-
two,
yes,
two
you can try
different.
both.
Yeah. Okay.
So how many nipples does Mario have?
They did not show that.
Oh,
I don't think
Thank
you
God.
didn't
they
get to
will.
that level?
No.
Okay.
So I played Super Mario Odyssey. I tried playing ARMS, but the demo wasn't working. I was kind of sad about that.
Oh, okay.
I did get to play Mario Kart 8.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Mario Kart 8.
That's
I tell you,
probably the best Mario Kart.
I
in-
still
in this.
have. I have Mario Odyssey pre-ordered, even though I don't own a Switch. And honestly, I don't know where I'm gonna be able to
You're in luck.
get one or afford one.
honestly, because the guy at GameStop told me that there's going to be a Switch coming out with Odyssey. bundled with it.
Yes, I
And
And
saw
best
that.
part, it'll have 2 red Joy-Cons on it.
Oh shoot! That might be the
box,
That might be
yeah.
the thing.
That might be a
the
box
one
to get,
that's-
yeah.
Like, I want it,
Yeah.
honestly. Like, I didn't think I would until
Well,
I'm like, I want it.
That's the problem. That's gonna be an expensive purchase because I'm not gonna get just the Switch and Mario Odyssey. No, now I'm
course
gonna
not.
get Zelda also. Now I'm gonna
Yep.
get what was the other one?
Arms, Splatoon,
Splatoon. And Mario Kart 8, of course.
Again, yeah.
and Super Smash Brothers whenever that comes out.
Oh,
that's-
forget.
yeah,
by
that's
that
forever.
time, I will have a Switch. Period.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So, I mean, it's weird because the Joy-Cons are small.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they
They
are
look small,
pretty.
yeah.
Yeah, they are pretty small, meant for kids' hands. I mean,
But
they
does it
felt.
feel sturdy?
Oh yeah, they felt nice.
Yeah.
Really light though, but nice.
But okay.
Nothing heavy, so that because it's also meant to use separately.
Mm-hmm.
Both hands.
Yeah.
So really light.
Well, Nintendo can actually make good controllers.
They
Really
always
small.
have. Shut up.
Yeah. So it was me, my niece, and my brother. Because she was like fixated on Mario Kart 8. So I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
here's the controller of both of them. And my brother and I had the small one. So we're playing, and she's just here moving the controller around, not even
Nice.
pressing the buttons, because apparently the game has like what bowling has, the bumpers.
Oh,
invisible
really?
invisible bumpers, yeah. So it'll keep them going. You don't even have to press anything, and it won't let them fall off the
Oh,
track.
wow.
Oh, it had
okay.
the. Oh yeah. I heard about that. The
It's nice though. So
Baby mode? I mean,
baby
that's
mode.
what it's called.
I didn't want to
So-
call it easy mode,
Yeah,
but
that's what it
yeah,
is.
yeah,
That's
it
what
So
it
in
is.
other words, if you remember those times where you would supposedly quote unquote plug a controller in for your younger sibling, you can now do that,
You can actually do that.
but with
yeah.
an actual game.
Have them play for real.
The problem is that they end up winning, and you're like, "What the hell? I'm actually putting
No,
some effort
actually,
here."
that's what I thought too. But it has been already confirmed that mode is not gonna be. It's not gonna make you win. You still have to have
You
some
have to-
skill. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
She was still all the way
All over the
Yeah.
place.
Yeah, all the way at the bottom, while my brother and I are all the way at the top.
Okay. That's
So you
worse.
gotta try hard to be all over the place.
Yeah,
when
so,
Even with bumpers on.
The controls, yeah, they're small, and I mean they might be a little too small for people with big hands, but that's why you get the
Pro controller.
Yeah, the
Pro.
Pro controller.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, on top of that, I'm gonna need a
Yeah,
pro
the Pro
controller.
controller, yeah.
Yes.
But it feels nice, honestly.
$500
Like, it's-
later. So.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. It's gonna be like
and
expensive buy.
it looks decently sized. Like from seeing it, looks like maybe like a mini tablet or so.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Like it's nice.
I gotta.
So there
You
you
need to
go.
have-
Go to the GameStop
I
down the
don't go to
street
GameStop.
and go play it.
Well, I guess I could just go there to play it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not here
then
to buy anything.
Don't buy anything
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's still GameStop.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I've been doing.
Awesome. Nice. Switch news. I love it. Mr. Dream Twister, excuse me. What you been up to?
I finished. Oh my God. Lost Legacy.
Oh,
Uncharted. Lost
Oh,
Legacy.
did you?
Yes. That
You,
game.
you gave it a decent score. What did you score?
That game is probably my favorite Uncharted.
Really?
I would say
What?
probably.
Okay.
I would say because see,
Is
even
it
though
a harsh probably?
no, I have to admit, I was starting to get a little bored of Nathan and Sully. But then again, it's not their fault. They had 3 games prior to that, you know?
Yeah.
It's time for a
And-
new face.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
So is
I'm
that what you
like,
felt?
okay, yes. I feel like, okay, this is how you can actually justify and continue an Uncharted,
Series.
an Uncharted series. I like Chloe and I like Nadine. And yes, I won't say too much,
yeah.
other than it was a satisfying ending. It was cool. It was the right size, the
Length.
right amount of
Yeah.
time. Exactly, yeah, the right length. And it's still Uncharted. For all intended purposes, it's not gonna go out of your
Yeah,
way.
it's the same engine.
You're still
Yeah,
climbing and you're still shooting, and the shooting still feel a little weird, but kind of cool,
Yeah,
And if you like Uncharted 4 and the way it looks, I mean, this game is gorgeous. Even though I sadly encountered just a couple of glitches on it.
Yeah, you did mention, yeah.
But yeah, even with that, it was great. It was great.
Awesome.
So yeah. So I finished that and I started playing South Park, The Fracture Butthole.
Fractured,
man.
guys.
The Fracture
Oh,
Butthole. Ah, man.
You played the Stick of Truth though.
Yeah.
right?
I played the Stick of Truth beginning to end. It was really good. I love the Stick of Truth, and I love the fighting on the Stick of Truth because it sticks to the original, old school RPG formula where it's just it's turn based, and then you just select the attack that you want to do, and you select the mob that you want to kill or hit. And it's menu driven.
Yeah, to think of it like for a game like South Park, I think that might be the only way that could go with something like that.
But you would
First you say that, yeah.
you would think funny you said that because
Well, I remember the old Nintendo 64.
Oh god, no, that was horrible. Yeah.
oh yeah no,
Actually,
no, no.
I played that, and that was it was
Yeah.
a first person
No.
shooter.
yeah
Yeah, that was bad.
but
But it's the type of game style that fits this type of art style.
yeah
This type of product. Yeah.
so graphically I don't have to tell you it looks like the freaking show. I mean from the beginning it has like it has that that look of the show. It's indescribable. I actually
Paper mache look.
it might there might be that could be a pro and if I have to say a little bit of a con on it is the game runs as fluid 60 frames per second, which the actual series doesn't. So if they should have actually
Kept it cinematic.
kept that level of course, minor tiny gripe. Other than that, it's
For Mr. Frame Rate.
I know, but you want to
He
keep
wants everything at 60 frames per
on
second.
this particular game.
drawings.
Yeah.
On this exactly
Oh
on this
my God.
particular case, you want to have it as original to the show as possible. So the fighting, you mentioned the fighting. On this one, I am not enjoying the fighting as much as I enjoyed the original fighting of the Secret Truth. Whenever you go into a battle mode, it wants to be kind of like Fire Emblem, and where you're in this plane, on this surface, and so you move your character. You have a limited space that you can move your character. Once you position your character where you want him, you select from like 3 or 4 attacks. I'm very early in the game, so I don't know if eventually you'll get more. But the thing is, and you're playing, of course, your type of superhero. I picked the Blaster class, which is kind of like a fire. He attacks he throws fire basically.
Okay.
Like the
fire-based
Human Torch?
attack. Like the Human Torch, kind of. Yeah. I picked there's another character that is like a rock. It's like the rock from Fantastic Four. What's it called? The Rock? Yeah, I don't know.
Final
comics.
Fantasy
The
4?
Thing.
From
The Thing.
Fantastic
the
Four.
Thing, yeah,
the thing. Yeah, it's basically that.
Okay.
And I forgot what the other
What do you
character
do?
does.
Throw rocks at people?
No, but you
just super
you have
strong. Yeah.
his custom. It looks like it's
Very similar to that.
very similar to kind of throwing towards that. Anyway, you can find customs and get dressed whichever way you like. I'm thinking that matters. Anyway, so you move your character, you position it strategically, and then you select your attack, and your attack is going to be very specific. It's going to tell you, okay, if this particular attack is just going to the attack's going to be on a straight line, or this attack is going to be like a spread, and so
You try to make sure that the enemies within that area that you're trying to attack into.
exactly.
So it's very similar to Final Fantasy Tactics or
Yeah, and that you play in a grid.
Correct. Yeah.
It'll divide the
Or,
street and
Banner
divide it into-
Saga.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's very different. That's
So
a
it's-
different take on it.
Man, but because of that, it takes a while to finish the battles, Or maybe I'm overthinking my moves. Maybe eventually I'll get it and I'll be faster with it.
Okay.
But I'm not enjoying that as much, And also the story, it hasn't picked up already because I'm very early on it. But I feel like I like where the Stick of Truth story was going, where they were playing like medieval, Lord of the Rings / Game of Thrones. And this one, they want to be like comic superheroes. So I don't know if it's. I think the Secret Truth universe. So
you
to speak,
preferred that version,
Yeah,
yeah.
which is weird because it's usually the other way around.
I know.
But I don't know.
So question. What difficulty did you make it?
Oh,
I mean, if no one knows, this game's difficulty determines what color skin you make.
Yes. So, so I didn't go full token on it, but I try to match my actual color. I'm trying to make my
to
my
look like
avatar.
yourself, yeah.
You know, so it is so.
Medium difficulty.
It is medium hard difficulty.
okay.
Let's say.
So it doesn't affect combat, but it does affect how people.
React to you.
That's exactly what it said.
So does it happen?
Actually,
So
when
far?
you're picking, when you're, I haven't had that many interactions to tell a difference, or I haven't been able to compare. But yes. To speak, frankly, if your character is white, the game is supposedly in easy mode, and then if your character is black, then it's gonna be a harder mode.
Wow.
It's gonna be so that was hysterical. And then Eric Cartman, of course, comes in saying, don't worry, this is not going to affect the battle. It's just everything else in your life. It's like hysterical. And it's kind of like when the Stick of Truth makes you choose your name, which I'm not going to spoil, but it's kind of hilarious like that as well. So anyway, I don't, not to be negative with the game. The game's still great. I'm obviously going to continue, at it. And... aside from that, I discovered this game by accident, and now I'm kind of glad that I'm playing it here and there. It's called Skyforce Anniversary.
Why does that sound familiar?
I think it was a free title from PlayStation Plus, wasn't it?
Well, yes.
Maybe I've seen it like once.
No, well, the game is from 2004, and I want to say maybe it might have been an arcade game. I could be wrong. But it's a shmup, a shoot 'em up.
Yeah. It's funny how we now say shmup, but then feel the need to say shoot 'em
clarify.
up.
Yeah, because
I'm like, what the hell?
this podcast is for the mainstream. A lot of people might not know. Hey, it's a shmup, or you're a shmup.
Oh,
you're a shmup and a slop. So yeah, it's your typical. You're destroying things and you're collecting currency to upgrade your plane or whatever. It's kind of neat because I didn't know that it was free. I didn't know that it was on PlayStation. I don't. You guys could check it out and see if it's still. I'll tell you that. However, it's a very small download and it's completely worth it. At least to me, I found it was fun.
I mean, if it's free already, you have it.
And it was free, yeah. And then today, I found out that it's also available on mobile devices.
Yeah,
So,
it's still free because apparently I have it already.
yeah, apparently you probably download tagged it and you didn't even know.
Yeah, it's free for PlayStation Plus, but it's like $10 for people who don't have it.
don't
there
have
you
it.
go.
Oh,
Well, I found that on iOS and it's free, but I don't know. It says it might be supported by microtransactions.
Yeah, I remember seeing this. I actually want to try it at some point. I just keep forgetting to download it.
Try to get it. It is it's a fun little thing. Actually, I tell you what, it made me pass the time very good while I was waiting for the fractured butthole to install.
It sounded like you said factory butthole.
I knew what he
Fractured
meant. So
I know.
made me
I
laugh.
know, too.
And that's pretty much all I've been doing.
awesome.
I hope they keep making games, honestly.
Speaking of
South Park? Yes.
South Park, I started a little game called South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Yes, yeah. Woo!
Okay, but do you have it downloaded or as a disc?
Download it.
Oh, never mind. I was going to say, can I borrow it?
So I am probably a good 5-6 hours in.
Yes.
Which lengthwise I guess is about a third or fourth way through. But anyway, so this game is just
Ridiculous.
there's no boundaries. Let's put it this way, okay.
No.
I won't go into details about the story or something like that, but obviously they go into, like you said, into the very Lord of the Rings feel of everything. I love how the characters stay in character.
Yeah.
Just hilarious to me. Kenny, for whatever reason, is the damn princess. It is the most ridiculous thing.
He's Daenerys. He's supposed to be like Daenerys.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, this is kids playing dress up like
but,
kids always do.
They're not kids. Let's be
I know.
let's be real here. They are out there. So I'm just gonna. First off, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
We should preface by saying you did watch the episode, the
episodes, the prequel episodes,
the
on
prequel
South Park,
episodes to it, which were hilarious.
Yes, which were very Lord of the Rings. They
Yeah.
were like that's all they were trying to do.
Oh yeah.
My character is a level 6 right now.
Oh wow. So
Okay.
you've been playing for a while. Then.
So here's the hilarious part of it, and I'll kind of leave it like that. I won't say how I got it, but his current weapon is a probe, which
what kind of pro are we
it's
talking about?
essentially a dildo. That's what it is. Okay. So, and there's ways of
I love he calls it a probe.
Well, he's trying to for the little ears.
for the little ears, yes.
Probe.
So here's the best part
What's
though.
a dildo?
There's a way of there. Oh man! By the way, I walked into Carmen's mom's room and I was like, "What is
dude.
going on in here?" My God. Anyway.
Trying to prevent spoilers and
I'm like,
imagery.
whoa! All I can say because the game doesn't lead you there, but feel free to
You
wander off. You know what I mean?
Which, by the way, on this game, on the Fractured Butthole, as expected, I mean, I don't know if it branches out later on to other places, but as expected, it's still the same town.
Yeah.
So you're
Oh, of
still going
course.
to the same
Hello.
places.
Yeah.
And you still, go to Cartman's room just because you want to check what's on.
Correct.
And then you're like,
exactly.
oh, shit.
Yeah. So anyway, one of the things you can do with the weapons is you can add power up elements to it.
Oh, boy.
So there was an element or a power up that was available. Jesus Christ. I was like, so I added it to it because let me tell you, it made the dildo pretty powerful. Okay.
That's a weird sentence
No.
to be saying on the
It's the
podcast.
truth, guys. I'm just gonna be honest.
Hey, we're having the stick of truth.
So it's a level
Someone's going to be
4
quoting him very soon.
it's a level 4 power up that is called a tuft of ginger pubic hair. Okay, and it adds a gross out element to your weapon. So now when I slap people with this, they vomit.
If any of you want to
wouldn't-
prove that
who
this
wouldn't
game
vomit
is
from that?
totally worth it, and mind you, you get it for free if you get the stick, the fractured butthole.
Oh yeah. You get it for free.
Then by
Only
all
the
means,
first batches, though.
now you know.
Yeah, only the first ones. Although I think they'll either that or they're gonna port it over eventually. But anyway, the game is
Yes,
freaking hilarious.
The game is out there.
And it is, like I said, no boundaries, guys. There's no boundaries. in
Sir,
this game.
you're in for a ride.
Yeah, I'm sure.
If
I'm
you-
sure.
Yeah.
I'm only technically one full day in game,
Yeah.
and I'm already shocked at some of the
Oh yeah.
at some of the things.
You'll have fun.
I'm playing that, and I will continue to play this crazy game. I also picked up a little title that has swiftly moved up the list of one of my favorite games this year, and that is Cuphead.
Oh yeah, you got Cuphead.
Cuphead is freaking amazing.
I knew that.
love-
I knew you were gonna
Good
be.
to hear
I knew you was gonna
love
be
the
a
hell-
thing.
yeah,
He finally.
and it's
fell
not
in.
just
They found this year's true love.
yeah, it's not just the aesthetics. First off, everybody who knows me knows that I should have been born in the 40s.
Yeah,
and
you're a
50s,
big fan of the
so-
1930s, 1940
Yeah.
aesthetics.
And to see an actual what appears to be an old school cartoon, I mean, done with love. I mean, this thing is done with love, guys.
Yeah,
I
bro.
mean, there is no way you can't look at this and go, whoever created this obviously loved this era, loved this project, and did everything they could to deliver an awesome freaking game,
Yeah.
guys. And they did. It is hard. Everybody, that seems to be the topic everybody has. Oh man, this is a really difficult. I had no point have I felt frustrated at all with this game. And yes, I've died. There's a little pool that tells me how many times I've died. I've died 93 times. Like,
Wow.
but I'm already off the first island and move on to the next one. And the boss, the design of the bosses.
Yeah. Of the world.
Of the world. I mean, the overworld is pretty simple,
But the bosses
but the bosses,
specifically-
I mean, it just really did some
How about
awesome
the music?
work there.
How about the soundtrack?
Music is great. the one thing I was mentioning because there was a topic on the group regarding the difficulty of Cuphead and difficulty in games and all this stuff. I will say that this game at some points, I don't want to say it would, and when I say this because I feel you should know, because people should know this is the type of game you're getting into. I let Joey and Nelson play here yesterday, and they knew immediately, okay, this is not this is not an easy game, because Joey was like, man, I can't even get past the first level. I can't even get to the end of the first level.
I'm not familiar.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doom Saint.
Oh, Doom Saint. Oh,
Doom
yeah.
And
so what he think?
He said the hell with this game.
He was
But he didn't
sitting
say it
there
that way.
all concentrated
Yeah.
and just like
So, but anyway, it's important to know what you're getting into, because I really feel you should know the type of game that it is. That said, when you do know what type of game it is, I don't think frustration ever comes to play for me. I played it. I mean, it's the moment I die, I know why I died. There's no question as to what I screwed up, but the moment it reloads quick, I'm back right into it again. There is some elements of chance in the game. Some because it was funny. I was playing. This happened not just one boss. I mentioned one boss on the thread, but it happens multiple times on different bosses where an element of an attack that they do. They'll do one or two or three different things,
you know how to avoid.
And out of nowhere you die, you start again, and now they throw this element. You're like, whoa, where did this come from? You know what I mean?
They started you off with the one that you didn't memorize.
yeah, that happened before.
Yeah.
And one boss with me and my brother, because we were doing my first time playing. We were doing just two of us.
Oh, that's gotta
that's
be even
awesome.
worse.
So
Yeah.
we were doing that one boss, the double boss.
Which one?
frog.
The
Boxing
frogs?
one? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
and
exactly
every
what I was
time
talking
we
about.
would die, and then we're like, all right, let's see which one. And then the minute that first one comes up, we're like, okay, we know we played that part so much that we knew when it comes out, we know which one it
Which
is
one to go with?
already.
Yeah, the pattern. You knew the
Yeah.
pattern. Yeah. But that's the thing. It felt like it was at some point. I felt like it was picking on me a little bit, because it was just like, oh, he had trouble with this one, so let's just keep throwing. And it now the ones that I was used to being able to pass, I never saw again. I was like, what the hell? But
That's awesome.
I'll finish off on this. I was telling you about what makes the game great. You have 3 hits essentially. You can only get hit 3 times, then you're dead, and you start over from the beginning. There's no checkpoints or anything like that. At least
You do get a power up.
Yeah, you're able to collect power-ups,
but
yeah.
then it's at the expense of not having something else.
Correct, which is why I haven't selected that one. I did chose different weapons. I chose the spread one, which works especially on the run and gun levels. That said, the best moment that I had was I've played this boss probably a good 15 times at this point. Early in the fight, I got hit twice. Normally, people would just, screw it, I'll reload, whatever. I don't do that. I play it out. I got one hit left. You're going to have to take that hit. You're going to have to earn that hit. And I beat the boss. That
With
was
just
that one thing. But I got hit twice pretty early on in the fight.
That's awesome.
And I forget it, man. I put the controller down. I was like,
Yes.
where's your mother at? Where's your mother at?
Yeah, I think because a lot of people try and perfection it, which is hard.
I'm not trying.
Not
I'm just,
that
I'm
hard,
just,
but,
yeah.
I'll be
kinda
happy with
hard
just
to do.
beating the
Just
boss.
getting through it. Yeah.
Exactly, because I don't
gonna
do
lie.
that because
My first 2, which was a fight and then the run and gun, I got an A-. I'm like, oh, that's cool. The last few, I'm in C's.
Oh shoot!
Yeah,
I'm like,
because you
man.
also
I
have
don't
to
think
parry
I've ever
too.
gotten an A.
Yeah, the parries was like, come on, I'm not going to parry if I don't have to parry. What the hell? So, but no,
And I hate parrying. You know me.
At least it's
Definitely.
only just 3 times, and then that's it.
the parries, yeah. But yeah,
It's
so definitely.
it's almost a shame. I don't think there's anything wrong with the game, and I wouldn't want the game to be changed. That said, it almost feels a shame that a lot of people that are not into that level of hardcore gameplay are going to miss on most of the content of this game. Or they'll probably buy it because it looks awesome. They'll play the first 30 minutes of it, and then they'll be like, no, this is too hard,
Well, I
and move
think
on to the next thing, and they're going to miss on all the
On the later
coolness
part, yeah, the
because
later
the
levels.
game, unfortunately, doesn't have an easier mode. And again, I'm not saying that they should, it would have
Technically
been
it
nice
does,
if
yeah.
Yeah, technically it does, but it's not really that much of a difference. It's still hard as hell.
You know what I think though? Like it's kind of paying homage to old school games a bit. There's a
I
lot
agree.
of
Yeah, I agree.
timing, a lot
That's
of
true.
learning.
I mean, almost literally Contra. You know what I mean? And Contra was not easy.
Yeah, but
Hence the
I beat-
Konami code.
A big Contra with the Konami code, exactly. I don't think Cuphead has a Konami code.
No, it doesn't.
And if
So-
it did, they'll probably sell it to you.
Yeah, so there's a lot of timing involved, a lot of learning from your mistakes.
Yeah,
And that's
definitely.
the only way to
Learning the
get through
terrain.
it. So, question though, how would you like the aerial fights?
The aerial shooting fights. Yeah, I only did 2 of them. And they're pretty. Again, it's at that point it becomes almost a shmup itself. You know what I mean? But yeah, they're pretty tight. They're pretty tight. There's this one that it's a genie, and oh my god, the moment the level loaded, I was just looking at the background, going, this is great. This is amazing. Oh my god, I love everything
And then
about
you get
this.
your ass handed to you
And
because
yes.
you'll be looking at the
Laptop-
background.
Oh yeah, pretty early too.
It's all right. Like the designs are awesome. Like I find myself dying just because I'm looking
So
at
you're looking
it.
at the backgrounds, yeah.
I bet.
But yeah, it is pretty tight, and I definitely, if that interests you at all, definitely recommend it. All right, guys. So we're gonna go right into some news topics, and we've got a good amount of news this week.
It was a busy week, yeah.
Some unfortunate news to begin with. Yeah. I'm sure most of you have already heard. EA is shutting down Visceral Games, and they announced that I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. And they're going to be overhauling the Star Wars games, the Star Wars game that Visceral was working on. And this is from a quote from EA. And that is, throughout the development process, we've been testing the game concept with players, listening to feedback about what and how they want to play, and closely tracking fundamental shifts in the marketplace. This is spoken by the way, this is Sutherland, Patrick Sutherland, EA Vice President, and this is from a Polygon article. It has become clear that to deliver an experience that players will want to come back to and enjoy for a very long time, for a long time, we need to pivot the design. We will maintain the stunning visuals, authenticity of the Star Wars universe, and focus on bringing a Star Wars story to life. Importantly, we are shifting the game to be a broader experience that allows for more variety and player agency. Leaning into the capabilities of our Frostbite engine and reimagining central elements of the game to give players a Star Wars adventure with greater depth and breadth to explore.
Uh-huh.
So, first off, I want to say I'm sorry to hear about Visceral Games being closed out. I really dug that particular dev team, and especially since this one was with including Amy Hennig, who was of Naughty Dog. She used to be a Naughty Dog before leaving Naughty Dog. She came over here. I was excited to see that project that she was doing. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to see that project at all. Well, the original vision of this project at all. I would love to know
That's a
what it
big
was.
disappointment.
Yeah, I mean, remember, I think it was a couple E3s ago where they showed just the guys kind of working on it, going over concept for the game, not really showing any gameplay. It was weird because we were like, why bother showing anything if you don't have anything, you know?
Hey, just to leave it out there.
To wet the palates, yeah.
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 We got Amy Hemming. You know,
Yeah.
you remember?
You remember her?
You remember her from Uncharted,
Yeah.
right?
You like Uncharted 2 and
like
3, right?
Uncharted,
Yeah,
right?
there you go. But yeah, that's it's sad for the team, and I can't express my frustration.
I'll tell you what's sad.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, my condolences to Visceral Games. They knew what they were getting into.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. I mean, it's. I mean, this is there's a history
Sorry,
here.
I'm mugging some current politics.
Oh, okay.
Politics.
That's
No,
fine.
but in reality, this is what EA does, guys. The problem with Mr. Big as publisher is that this company has a predatory almost kind of way of acquiring talent, acquiring studios, and then shoeing them up for what they're worth. And then when they don't deliver in whatever it is that they're playing, spit them out. They're out. They're out. They have been proven historically from the very beginnings of the early Bullfrog, from the early Lionhead, from Origins. They have one more recent. I don't remember now the name. And Jim Sterling from the Jimquisition had a whole episode where he described, this element of Electronic Arts, and they were like, you know what? A lot of people are concerned for BioWare, but I think it's actually Visceral, the one that is gonna, head down the chopping block, just because they put them for some reason. I mean, they're a very talented studio, very talented team. They brought us Dead Space. One of the games
reinvented
finest
the horror genre with that.
Horror, and they say the game didn't. The games didn't.
Well,
originally they didn't perform.
Yeah, exactly,
I get that, and it is unfortunate. And then on their third project, they just wanted to make it more towards and apparently the mainstream didn't like horror titles, so let's just bring it a little bit more mainstream and let's make it a bro shooter. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, and let's riddle it with microtransactions and crap, because that's what it is. Yeah. Exactly.
That's kind of ironic considering now you have lots of horror games coming out that are big.
Mm-hmm. That are big, exactly. But nothing like Dead Space was. And then of course, you take that great talent and you put them. You're gonna tell them they're gonna work on the next Battlefield, and it's not even a regular Battlefield, but like an offshoot of the Battlefield series. So, honestly, Battlefield Hardline sucked. I mean, this is not.
Particularly, they worked on the single player.
This is not what that studio was known for, Mm-hmm. But then again, I could almost see the demoralizing.
The moral. You can almost see the team morale. Shown in the game.
Yeah, exactly. It was like this was just a throwaway project. Correct. Almost, and of course, it showed. That game was terrible.
If I'm not mistaken, that would be technically the very last project they completed.
Yes. Right. Yeah, because then the next one was going to be the Star Wars game that everybody was excited about, because hey, Visceral could do some good stuff.
Good single players.
And of course, you get a good writer, on top of that, there was enthusiasm for what was happening next. Mm-hmm. But of course, single players of that caliber don't make the money that the unrealistic expectation that EA wants to fill. So now it feels like they're moving the Star Wars projects to become like another Destiny clone. Mm-hmm. A game as service. They describe it, which I hate the term.
I hope not.
I hate the term
honestly.
because it makes me think.
Seems to be. I mean, just from that statement, that's where it seems to be headed.
I'll tell you the problem with that.
That's going to kill the series, honestly, gaming-wise.
Well, it might. You will think that, but it might not.
Destiny. They're trying to do Destiny. That's what Anthem is. Let's be real.
The problem with that, and Destiny has been very successful for Activision. Mm-hmm. The problem with that is those are games that are they have a lifetime schedule.
Yeah.
And once, they have a shelf life. Mm-hmm. Once the servers are down, you're done. You can't do anything with them. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with having that genre out there, but taking away from something that could have been awesome, a single player campaign, with that level of writing and that level of care like the Dead Space series had, mm-hmm. and just throwing it away for more Destiny-ish type game when we already have Destiny, which is a good game. Yeah. Destiny 2 is a good game. And
you have
Anthem looks like it's
other games that are services already out there.
There's
only so much space in the game share.
And it's Star Wars also. It's Star Wars, which is the thing that I was that interests me the most. I love that, I love that universe. Mm-hmm. And until recently, I was very looking forward to this next Star Wars also that we were getting. But guess what? EA found a way to mess that up as
Yeah.
well. You know,
So
to
the
be
introduction,
candid.
yeah, exactly. So the introduction of loot boxes. Honestly, I have been weighing this decision for a little bit, and what I'm unfortunately going to do, I'm definitely skipping Battlefront 2.
It's even hard to say.
It's,
I know.
it's hard to say. I
It's
can't.
not-
I can't.
it's
I can't
hard to
spit it
say.
out.
It's
yeah.
hard to put it
'Cause
out, in
I was
words.
so excited for this game, and to hear that's in that it there are elements of free to play, and I mean, not free to play, play to win. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And then of course we have this issue here where obviously they're going to revamp this game, whatever it was, to be another Destiny, Star Wars type of thing that will most likely include God knows how many microtransactions along with their own probably version of loot boxes and everything. It's just I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with them. It's a shame because I was excited for Anthem, even though I knew what I was getting.
It looks
in
like
Anthem,
it's what it, and this looks like BioWare's return. BioWare needs a hit. Because Mass Effect Andromeda didn't do very well, and if this doesn't do very well,
disappointment.
that's it. They're done.
Yeah,
I think they're
exactly.
done.
They're next as well.
On the chopping block.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I mean, I don't know. I was gonna just Bethesda the hell out of EA. And nobody knows what that means. That basically means I was gonna boycott them. Like I boycotted Bethesda back in the day.
No buy
from anything from EA at all. Period. Nothing. But I'm moving back on that, but I am definitely skipping Battlefront 2.
That would be.
It makes me think because you have the Sims 4 coming to console next month, and honestly,
That hurts.
it would be quite hilarious if they try to do that whole
they will.
Monopoly live in that
I can
game.
see it already happening.
But in that game, because that never
I
happens to
know.
that game,
I
and that
know.
would be absolutely hilarious.
All the,
Although-
all the little items you can fill your little Sims house with
They
will
will
be
sell
behind.
you- they will
But
sell-
what
loot
they do
boxes.
put money on is towards DLC stuff like pets.
Yeah, and I think that has
expansions.
been
That's been going on for a while.
That formula has been working for them, so I don't think they're gonna mess it up. Suddenly out of the
'Cause they
blue,
have
putting
a-
loot boxes.
Yeah, they have a big player base with The Sims,
Yeah.
and if they did that, they would lose quite a bit of that player base.
And the
depending.
problem, my main concern is, it seems like because it has been so successful with other games, this is the way where major AAA, and I'm starting to not like that term nowadays because it almost comes with a baggage of crap.
Triple bags of money.
AAA titles are riddled with this microtransaction crap to the point where you might not want to play them either.
Honestly,
Here's
Regardless of
Honestly.
Witcher 4, I mean, this is not gonna happen. So I'm just saying. And what
It
if
could
it
be
happens
possible.
to your favorite game?
Yeah, it could be possible, yeah.
I was very looking forward to Battlefront. Battlefront 2,
Mm-hmm.
and I had that thing of, ooh man, I hope that they announce at last second they're not gonna follow up with this pay to win crap, because guess what? If it stays like that, I'm gonna have to join you on that and lose on probably a pretty cool single player.
Correct,
Although
yeah.
it might not be that hot, but it's something. We're starved for good
Wars
Star
single
Wars
player, yeah.
games.
and oh man, so there's some numbers I wanted to throw out here, so you can kind of get an understanding as to why this has become such a big thing, especially for EA, but not just EA. A lot of the major companies. EA makes, this is an article from the Tech Times, and EA makes about 1.3 billion on microtransactions and DLC per year. Now, this was March of last year. So this last year, probably a little bit more than that. Another article, and this is from charlieintel.com, and this is regarding Activision Blizzard. This was from this year. Activision Blizzard made over 3.6 billion in in-game content sales in 2016. So it's not going away, unfortunately, because when you have money raking in like that, obviously they're not making anything near that from any type of single player game without any type of in-game content. So I can see, I understand the reason why they're doing this. Clearly they're a company. Clearly they need to satisfy shareholders. I get it.
But
I get it.
The thing
but
is,
that's
we were
not what I'm
complaining-
about. Yeah, you know
we're
what I mean?
complaining hard about DLC when DLC started coming out, and we learned to accept it. Then we started complaining about microtransactions, and we come to upset. We came to upset it. And now we have loot boxes. Which are predatory in themselves, and I'm afraid that it's just gonna continue. We're gonna, as
accept
gamers, we're
it,
just
yeah.
gonna continue
But the worst
giving
part,
giving
though,
liberties away.
Is that
almost.
the loot box system is really a lot like gambling,
Yeah,
and that's an issue.
and that's an
That's
argument.
a very big issue.
We're not gonna call it gambling directly, but I'm with you 100%. It's gambling
That's why I
like.
said it's a bit
Yeah.
like. I didn't say exactly, just a bit like gambling.
I agree with that, and I have something to follow up with that with, but I want you to start the next topic that you had there.
Well,
because it kind of goes into that a little bit.
Into it.
Yeah, it melds
I
into
was
that.
gonna mention, and we're not cutting you off. I'm gonna let you talk in a minute, Chano. But I just want to say the Activision.
I was done, but okay.
The Activision it has a patent already for matchmaking that almost pushes player to buy upgrades and microtransactions. But so basically,
So it's
what
like-
I understand, and you probably have a little bit more insight on it, but what I'm understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like I play with you. You're an expert level, player.
Yeah.
And I'm a newbie. You're helping me out, and I see all this armor and stuff that you have, and I get so odd. And the game is gonna try, in some way, to lure me into getting myself spending money to get to your level. Probably cutting content because hey, if I can throw away money and make myself look like Mad Dog,
Why does
his
it sound
character.
like an article that I did on Final Fantasy 14 a while back with the new Stormblood.
Who knows?
They
They
did
may have
something
done
like
something
that
similar,
where you
yeah.
had to pay some money if you wanted to catch up without playing the previous stuff.
Well, this is directly from the patent that they filed, which, by the way, we need to point out they filed this back in 2015, so they were clearly forward thinking. But like it or not, the patent was approved this week. When a player makes a game-related purchase, the microtransaction engine may encourage future purchases by matching the player in a gameplay session that will utilize the game-related purchase. So the thing they just purchased would match them. This is me talking now. The thing that they just purchased will match them into a game session that will allow them to use that and really make it look like a good
Like
buy.
a good buy, like a good get to.
Exactly. Doing so may enhance the level of enjoyment by the player for the game-related purchase, which may encourage future purchases. For example, if the player purchased a particular weapon, the microtransaction engine may match the player in a gameplay session in which the particular weapon is highly effective, giving the player the impression that the particular weapon was a good purchase.
See, that is horrible. This is
Honestly-
like dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is predatory.
Now you are literally, as if you weren't doing it before, but now it's like in your face. You are modifying game elements just to make you go and buy the weapon. And dude, the game that I discovered that has that, if that gets mentioned, of course that's gonna be a secret, but I should probably start boycotting Activision now because I'm not gonna feel sure that Destiny 2 Expansion 2 is not gonna have
gonna
some
include
sort
that.
of like microtransaction engine, hidden into it,
So-
and all that BS. Oh my god,
That's
terrible.
pretty
That
infuriating.
is-
That's
So
what
here's the thing I wanted to go jump back to.
Now I want the government to regulate gaming. There you go.
Nobody wants that. Yeah.
No. Please
I'm just
do
saying.
not. We already had a
I'm just
battle on
saying,
that already.
they're asking for it.
So here's the thing going back to the gambling aspect. What they're trying to do here with this microtransaction engine is to basically have it in your face and have you thinking about it and thinking it's a good whatever.
Yeah.
Just like gambling. If you go to Atlantic City or if you go to Vegas, you go to the casinos. If you stay at a hotel in Las Vegas or Atlantic City, guess what? You have to pass the casino before you get to the elevators to go up to your room.
Oh,
And
okay.
you're tempted. to
Correct.
just
It's
get
there always
All
for
the
you to spend money.
in. Oh, even on the
Okay.
cruises too.
On the
Even-
cruises as well. You will they known for pumping oxygen into the rooms.
Yeah.
So that it keeps you awake.
Awake, yeah.
You're not tired, you're not gonna go to sleep. You will spend as much as possible. There's no watches. there's
That's
no
right.
clocks
There's
or
no
anything
clocks
anywhere.
anywhere.
So you don't even know how long you've been spending money. Okay, they in Atlantic City, I can confirm this. The drinks were free. I didn't pay for any drinks at all
Wow.
while you were on the casino floor.
That's how
Okay.
they keep you going.
Exactly. So
want you nice
this
and
is
fluid.
essentially a very similar practice to that, which in the end, again, that's what they're wanting. They want you to spend the money, and when you throw it, make it like a loot box type of thing.
It's
Now
horribly.
it feels like gambling.
It is horribly effective. It almost feels like. It almost feels like the Matrix using humans as batteries.
As batteries. To turn every human into
It
this.
is that level. Yes.
Yeah.
It is that level. Of
Needless to
darkness.
say, needless to say, I mean, let's be realistic. Patents are filed all the time. All of them don't suddenly go into practice. But
we can't confirm.
that said,
We can't confirm that there are any games that are using this microtransaction engine.
yeah.
But beware of the microtransaction engine.
yes, beware of Activision games. And going real quick back to Visceral, I hope everybody there definitely gets back on their feet, starts a new freaking studio, and just blows everybody away with their project. So, Miss Shadow, what do you have for us?
Take the floor.
See, this
Floor
is what
is
happens
yours.
when you monetize gaming.
Yes.
Oh, because we haven't found a way to monetize this podcast. And no, we're not gonna do ads. We're gonna offer you this podcast will be ad free. But it's gonna include loot boxes, that
yes.
you need to buy.
In the form of scratch-offs.
Exactly. $9.99.
I was gonna say donations, but okay.
Okay. Hey, however you want to word it.
Sure, exactly.
We're gonna
Loot boxes.
loot boxes.
That's just cheating everyone out. Something good. So, I don't know if anyone's noticed or anything, but PlayStation has been getting a little creative.
Oh, getting creative here. It's definitely not with their special edition consoles, because those things are freaking
No.
The
ridiculously
special edition of Battlefront 2 is like
with a decal. Yeah.
Here's the
Horrendous.
decal,
Okay,
exactly.
my favorite one was honestly Battlefront 1 with the Darth Vader decal
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and
yeah.
the controller. That was it.
Yeah,
On
but
the-
they can't be
Still
bothered to
goodness.
even do that.
Yeah.
No.
Not this time.
Not this time.
So PlayStation is bringing out a gamepad.
A gamepad.
Yes.
A new gamepad.
I thought
okay.
it has a
And you-
gamepad.
So it's a DualShock 5.
It's a dual confirmed. DualShock 5 includes loot boxes
And
and microtransactions. You gotta buy the X button.
this gamepad is for little hands.
Oh, that's
it's
adorable.
for babies.
Yeah.
So to do that, PlayStation partnered with accessory maker Hori on.
Hori? Oh, I was gonna say nothing.
I know. That,
The poor
Please
guy.
continue.
on
poor
the
people?
mini wired gamepad for the Playstation 4, and yes, that's the name of it.
Mini wired gamepad. Okay.
The mini wire gamepad? That's
Yes,
so unoriginal.
I know.
Give me a DualShock Mini at least. Why not
Yeah.
DualShock
Right, a
Mini?
DS
DualShock
Mini.
Mini.
That would have
That
been
would've worked,
perfect. Yeah.
So Sony says that the controller is 40% smaller than your standard DualShock.
Oh, so I might lose it in a nail then.
It has a 10-foot cable, so you can probably
So it has cable.
Yes, it has
it's
cable.
not-
Oh, wait.
not
It's not,
wireless.
it's not wireless?
No, it is not.
Oh, what kind of crap is this then?
Well, it's
It's for babies, yeah. It's for babies to
Recommended.
strangle themselves with a cord
It's,
because that's what
no,
Sony
it's
it's
wants.
recommended for kids or people with small hands.
Oh,
But I mean, it's obviously can be used by everyone. So because I'm assuming it's probably a USB port. So
yeah,
it'd be best that you can take it on the go, travel size.
yeah, but
Right.
wired. No. They
there
should've
is
made
a
that wireless.
there is a question of accessibility here, which obviously a lot of people, most people don't have an issue, but you do have people with was it dwarfism?
Oh, yeah.
Small hands,
Where
yeah.
obviously they have small hands, so the regular DualShock is obviously not going to be. So I commend them at least for that. I mean, if you
Or
know,
kids. Like
kids,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
have a 4-year-old niece who likes to play games,
Mhm.
and I don't want her throwing my
Your DualShock
$60
around.
controller around.
fair
So
enough.
here's a wired, very light controller that you can
Here's
swing
this baby
around all you
wire.
want.
Here's this baby controller. Try not to choke yourself with it.
And don't run with it
Strangle
either.
yourself. Yeah, don't strike.
So we know that the DualShock has a touchpad. This one, it has a touchpad button.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So but the functionality
not big
of
enough
it,
to have the whole space,
Could be.
but the touchpad inputs that you put on the regular controller, those can be used with the analog sticks instead.
Okay.
So the touchpad would be used for like some games that require you to use it, like
Map
to
or
press on
something
it.
like that. Yeah. Mhm.
Meanwhile, Microsoft just announced that they're gonna have the Duke back. For
Oh,
those people
God.
that have huge hands and need
Anybody-
something to control.
Anybody who wants the Duke, I just don't get it. I don't get anybody who would want that Duke.
I want it, but
For
only solely
memorabilia
for
voices.
only
Maybe.
because of nostalgia purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
see?
nostalgia reasons.
Exactly.
So the thing though is that the gamepad.
Oh, but they get crap, but Sony gets praise because hey, you made a mini controller that you can lose and you can strangle a baby with.
the thing
Good.
is, though, I think it's on par with the Switch Joy Cons. But it's also nice because people have kids now who game.
Is it as small as the Switch Joy-Cons?
Well, it's 40% smaller, so I'm guessing it's smaller than the DualShock.
It is
Oh,
one
it is
of the
definitely.
DualShock. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's-
but I'm saying
No, it's not the size. Oh, no.
No, it
okay,
might be a
okay.
little bigger. But the thing is, though, is that the gamepad lacks the light bar that the DualShock has, the
That's a good thing.
3.5 millimeter
It doesn't
headset
have the
jack.
light either.
No.
Jesus.
I think
Oh, it
it's like
doesn't have the jack either.
no, I think it's like as big as maybe the NES controller.
Okay.
This
So
gamepad
that-
better cost $10.
Is there a cost to it?
Yes, it also lacks the haptic feedback and motion control, so because it's wired. Yeah,
It doesn't have rumble. But the 6 is back.
Yeah, so it should be fine for light indie games or, as this article says, knack to co-op sessions. It'll be available exclusively in blue for $30 this holiday season, so half the
So
price
this
of the
holiday,
regular
okay.
DualShock.
$30 mini controller.
Honestly, I might just get one because
Yeah. Well, you
my
have some-
DualShocks are getting old. They're dying faster.
And you have a little one that. I
Why
hear you.
not?
The little gamepad that could.
The little gamepad that could. Awesome.
I mean,
I'm down with it.
It
Yeah.
looks awesome.
Yeah.
My
Everyone, I saw you
God.
posted it up on the group. It's adorbs. But I didn't
And
know. 'cause-
actually, a nice color too.
True.
Nice
definitely.
color.
So yeah, the next piece I have here is, well, if it's not microtransactions, if it's not loot boxes, then it has to be always online, right?
Oh, yeah. Always online.
Yeah. So Gran Turismo Sport,
Ah.
long in development game, apparently is basically an always online game. I guess it's not. I don't
Well,
So here's where
Yeah, say-
the
'cause I do have a
problems
question.
come in. So basically, the offline, the limitations of offline, they're very, very restrictive. You basically really can't do much if you're not connected to the internet.
That sounds a bit like Need for Speed Rivals.
But the big
that was
problem
an
is
online game.
it's impossible to save the game without an internet connection,
oh, wow.
which is
That's a big
So
something.
they're saving on server side.
so,
then.
but
That's what it
question,
means.
yeah, does that mean that it's cloud saves only?
There is a local save file, but it only keeps track of the console options like your display calibration and any HDR settings.
That's smart.
The campaign mode, which includes the driving school, which always has the driving school, is unavailable offline.
Wow.
So here's a list of
What?
yes.
Not even.
So here's a list of things you
is the
cannot
most
do
stupidest thing I've
in
ever
Gran
heard.
Turismo without an internet connection. You cannot check out your garage of the cars that you've unlocked. You cannot edit liveries. You cannot purchase cars. You cannot use scapes. The mode which would put your cars in photos and the whole realism location, all that. You can't exchange mileage points, which is the in-game currency. You can't view saved items, replays, anything like that.
So pretty much the whole game.
You can't
Wow.
access the
You can
home.
press start.
You cannot
to
even.
salute.
You can put it in and that's it.
You cannot even access the home menu. which let you apply all these things.
So my question is, if you have a bad connection, does that mean your whole game's lagging all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, people
Probably.
have unfortunately lost saves because of this.
Wow. Because I was gonna say, Forza Horizon, and to an extent, maybe Forza Motorsport 7 as well. Although I haven't been playing it long enough to confirm this. At least Forza Horizon, I know for sure, it's always online. However, you can play offline. You don't need the connection. The difference is when you're playing online, you are seeing it's not really other players. You can jump into other players if you want. You know what? I take it back. It's not always online, because always online will mean that if you're not online, you can't play the game. This game you can definitely play, access every mode except for multiplayer, obviously, offline. So you know what? No, I take it back. Forza Horizon did it.
My issue with this is that it's clear that Gran Turismo was the top dog, hasn't been the top dog for a while. They lost their footing to Forza. Project Cars is another one that comes to mind as one of the. This decision makes no sense to win back.
Yeah, no, exactly.
What
were they
But it
thinking?
just makes it, it reminds me because when I went to GameStop, when I played the Switch, the guy there said that the new NBA game is also online only, from what I remember.
From the NBA 2K? Mm-hmm. I here's a funny thing. Well, first off, I do want to include that the creator, Kazunori Yamauchi, said recently that Polyphony Digital plans to expand the offline portion in the future, but for all intents and purposes, right now it's an online game. What I wanted to point out is it's funny how, I don't know if you've heard much about this. This is a big game for a lot of people, but there was a time where Microsoft was almost tarred and feathered for having an always online console.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
And
I believe they were calling it the Xbox One.
no, it was the
maybe?
Uno. Xbox
Oh,
Uno. Yes.
the Uno.
Oh,
Xbox
yeah.
One.
Juan, yes.
Yes.
And here we are.
Again, again, we got it. We've gotten so much crap and so much kick in the nuts from gaming companies and console makers and stuff like
Honestly,
that. The gamers have no choice but to accept it, and now we're like ambivalent.
Pretty
It's like,
much, yeah.
oh well.
No one's really said, because no one really has the goal right now to say that I quit gaming. Nobody wants to do
nobody's
That'll be
that.
Quick
sad.
game.
That'll be the nuclear way
Yeah,
of going.
that's
Like,
It's-
it makes you
What is
feel
it? What is it?
disappointed,
Yeah,
but
it
it won't
definitely
make
makes
you
you
That's
feel
throwing
stop.
the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You don't have
exactly.
to go through all that. But I will skip games and like I
Oh,
said,
most definitely.
Battlefront
That's
2
the
is
only
no
way to
longer on the
show.
radar. It's just literally
Wow. Shadow
off
of
the
Mordor
radar.
got taken off the radar.
the heck with that game.
And
yeah.
now, but that was a big hit. I was very looking forward to that game. Until they started doing the crap with the microtransactions on a single player game, because WB, that's wonderful.
I think the only thing
Good job,
I'm
WB.
looking
Good
forward
job.
to is the Horizon DLC.
The Horizon, freaking Forza Horizon deals, and I got the game, and now like I don't even want to touch this.
I'm talking
I don't even
about
wanna touch it.
Horizon
Zero
Zero
Dawn.
Dawn.
Well, I'm talking about Forza. It goes to show you, I can mention any game, and it's riddled with that crap. Forza Horizon, that got reviewed without the microtransaction, now has crappy microtransactions, and now they're taking it back. Which, if I might have a word, let me sit down on my high horse here. If I might have a word with you guys,
Talk to me, sir.
I think this is a very big. I can't curse, right?
No.
We're okay.
That
all right.
depends
So,
what
all
you
right.
say.
So this is the newest BS from the gaming company. I'll tell you what it's gonna be, what it is actually right now. You show an early, beta or whatever, or announce that your game is gonna have something that is horrible. It's gonna have single player microtransactions, or it's gonna have loot boxes, pay to win loot boxes. It's gonna be like it's ruining your game. And then you have the developer come out and apologize and say, well, we have listened to your feedback. So we're going to take it back a little bit. And what they're really taking it back to is the normal level that they were always planning on having, said feature. Say if they were planning on offering nothing but, microtransactions or loot pay to win crap.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're gonna say, well, we're not gonna make it really pay to win for everything. We're gonna tone it down and just make it to where, hey, you need to reach this level before you can pay for
To
whatever
win.
it is. Because before you can pay to win, you have to be this level. That way, you're still playing the game. And then you can pay us to win.
To finish
and
the
that
game,
is
yeah.
the plan all
And
along.
eventually, it's like the whole downloadable content. They'd just be like, yeah, let's
Yeah.
scrap this and instead just put loot boxes.
Let's just, but you
I
get
what you're saying.
you get my message. It's
What
like
you're saying is-
push it with like horribleness, like all the crap, and then when you start getting, of course, players are gonna start getting upset. Then you take it back a little bit to the normal level that you expected it to be, and that way gamers feel like, well, at least they listen to us. When in
It's-
fact they didn't.
It's the it's the thing. A similar thing would be lawsuits. They say if you want to sue somebody and you want to get them to pay you $10 million, sue them from $100 million,
Yeah.
so that you can work your way back down to that $10 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah, that
start
way you
far-
settle.
Yeah, exactly. And so I can see that
Yeah.
being the case.
Yeah, don't be fooled. Yeah, don't be fooled. EA's let it move. The only thing that EA can redeem Battlefront 2 is if their community manager comes out and say, we have decided to have absolutely no pay to win
Elements.
on elements. It's still that, hey, the loot boxes are still, they're already coded. We're not gonna take them out.
Mm-hmm.
They're already coded. We're just gonna it's all just gonna be
cosmetic, yeah.
cosmetic.
Yeah.
Cosmetic. Kind of like, hey, Blizzard found themselves in that issue with Diablo 3 when Diablo 3 had the stupid auction house.
Yeah.
You remember the
Didn't World of Warcraft also have an auction
but
house
you-
in
no,
the game?
World can have an auction house, but that's always, it worked always in game.
Mm-hmm.
With Diablo, you will find stuff and then you will put it on on an auction house to other players to spend real money, to get those weapons or those whatever. Of course, with so many players playing the game, the microtransaction, the auction house got flooded. So you will always have other people that wanted to have a powerful weapon instead of playing the game. That will just go in and spend, $1, $2 here, here, there. The thing is that backfired. That almost destroyed that game, and they had to backtrack severely. They literally took
it all
it
out,
out,
yeah,
took
took the
it
whole thing
all
out.
out. And now Diablo 3 is still a very reliable, choice right now for a game that came out, 4 years ago. That's a game that I would recommend today to play because it is awesome and it's not riddled with that bull crap.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's actually that is the way that this is the state of gaming
The state of
nowadays,
gaming right
ladies and
now.
gentlemen,
Yeah,
where
all I
we
can
have to be
think of right
concerned
now.
about being taken. Whatever happened to the days where you will buy a game, you will have the complete experience, and if you wanted more, you will spend more on the expansion pack. You don't have to worry about the game trying to monetize
Nickel and dime you all the way, yeah.
exactly,
Mhm. Yeah.
exactly.
You know what I think right now? While he was talking, all I can think of is like this commercial going on. You see loot boxes everywhere, and then it just cuts back and be like gaming, the new gambling.
Daniel Gambler, yeah,
That could
pretty
be it,
much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could be
and
it.
it'll be like one of those cigarette commercials.
The truth
Someone-
commercials, yeah.
Someone needs to
exactly.
make it. Just like open a box from like Overwatch, some loot box place,
Definitely,
and then it
definitely.
cuts the black.
Yeah. Anyway, so next piece of news is that Xbox One X patches confirmed for Halo, the Master Chief Collection. Remember that game?
I do.
Oh God.
And for Halo Wars 2, which I just remember I have Halo Wars 2. I might need to play that sometime.
Yeah, but that's an Xbox that you have it on PC, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Patches mean nothing to you.
no, that's true. But anyway, I just found it very interesting that that Microsoft decided to look back because, of course, the unfortunate fact is that they don't have a lot to show on this holiday. And
Cuphead, hello.
yeah,
probably
exactly.
it.
That's their Halo right now. It's like, hey,
And
we got Cuphead. We got
maybe
Cuphead.
PUBG if that ever comes
And
out.
Steam is
Okay.
like, we also have it. And they're like, shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, Microsoft representative says, what are you guys talking about? We have a great holiday. You know, we got Forza 7 and Cuphead. And
He said that on the thing, and I was just like,
yeah, it was
Okay.
like, really? You don't want to. This is the time where you should be quiet.
Yeah,
You should say nothing. Just don't even acknowledge the fact that you have absolutely nothing to
Yeah,
show.
so he just put
You
his
know,
foot in
alright.
his mouth.
Because everything is out of right. Everything's out.
Yeah.
So anyway, they had a live streaming event and they made some announcements, including the fact that Halo they were going to continue supporting Halo 5 because of course, what else?
yeah. What else do they have?
Yeah. That, like I said, Halo 2 was getting patched to unlock visual upgrades, and the Halo the Master Chief Collection was also getting an update. And it's funny because this update is not coming immediately. They say these updates are scheduled to begin around spring of 2018. So they don't even have have them ready
so
yet.
in other words, they have hopefully more important stuff
Yeah.
before doing this.
Yeah. It also says, I don't understand this part. It says that as for Halo 5, 343 announced an overtime program for the game. This includes a number of new features, content, and support, starting with the Xbox One F upgrade for the game that takes advantage of the extra power the Xbox One delivers, higher visual fidelity for play. I'm not gonna read this.
Honestly, I'm surprised.
I'm just
they
saying
haven't
that
made
it's funny how
another Halo.
they call it, hey, this is the overtime program, as in, hey, we don't have anything else, so let's just keep bringing content for Halo 5, which, hey, that's not bad. Kind of like what
That's
happened to
nice.
EA when Hardline crashed, and
right.
and it was unfortunate. It was not well received at all, and then they decided to, okay, what was the game that was prior to that? Battlefield 4. Okay, let's just keep supporting Battlefield 4 then. And suddenly Battlefield 4 came
Became
from
this amazing game. Yeah.
from a broken ass game to an amazing title. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't done a new Halo yet for the new system.
I am surprised.
I'm sure it's in the works.
I'm surprised.
it is.
Usually it's
but
like
they don't.
the
They just released
running
5.
title.
What? A year ago? Year and a half ago?
Yeah, no,
like
that was
more
in
than that.
2015 actually.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
2 years
more than
already.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when it came out. In terms of new content, 343 is rolling out the new oddball gameplay, featuring new medals and voice covers. I don't know what that is. Yeah. Additionally, there will be a big November update for Halo 5 that introduces a series of weapon balances changes, and they're also releasing an app for Windows 10. So there's still, mind you, even with all this quote unquote big announcements, like the article called them, there's still no new Halo games to be announced. And it is expected that Halo 6 will, it might still have split screen, hopefully.
Still have or should have?
I hope.
Well, Halo 5 didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that was
the
go-
biggest
yeah, they
downfall
mentioned
for
that.
it.
So
Yeah.
they're saying, they're saying
They
this
said
might
that.
have, yeah.
They went and said that we're
Yeah.
making
I mean,
sure
we're
we
being-
go back to split screen.
We've been hard on Xbox One, but it's with reason. I mean, honestly, there is no reason to get one right now, and
think
this
it's
comes
tough.
from me, who was looking. I was looking forward that release because I was thinking, okay, awesome idea of getting the best versions of third-party developers and their exclusive games, of which there are none, and
That's what I'm saying,
also patches for
my only reason,
favorites.
Yeah,
and
my only
nothing
reason
of that happened.
that I was even considering getting the Slim, by the Xbox One Slim, which was a beautiful white one.
It
I'm not
is
gonna
Yeah.
lie.
nice.
Anyway,
'Cause I have one.
the only reason I was going to even considering getting one was like, well, you know what? I want to play Cuphead. I really do want to play Cuphead.
Yeah.
I know it's a
For
small
Cuphead?
title. I mean, hey,
Wow.
it's a small title. It is what it is. But at least I can have the Xbox, and then I can venture off into some of their quote unquote
Exclusives.
exclusives. But guess what? I have Cuphead.
Yeah.
I don't need. I don't need.
Thank goodness for PC gaming, huh?
Hey, whatever.
Honestly, like, it just makes it like they make it easy to make fun of it.
They do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but
Make it
hopefully
too easy.
they'll have a stronger. I mean, they better have a stronger selection of
Exclusives,
titles
ideal.
for next year. You know,
Yeah.
and I have no doubt that. Yeah, I mean, there are reports already that are saying, "Oh yeah, Shadow of Mordor, the definitive edition right now, it's gonna be
Xbox One.
Xbox One X." So it's good that they have that kind of like on their back, but. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Now it's time to talk about
That's a small.
you know,
group
the
of
next
people, yeah.
maybe the next Halo. It should be expected that you'll have it. Talk about new IP. Bring
That's the
something
most
new.
important, man.
Yeah.
Not Forza.
Not for a second, yeah.
Oh god. See, that's why I got an Xbox. One, to play with my brothers because they only got Xboxes, and two, because exclusives, but there's lack of.
Lack of
Yeah.
exclusives, yeah.
Sadly.
So I got some Nintendo stuff here.
Nintendo.
Awesome. Yep.
Nintendo news.
Nintendo.
So the Switch recently had a update called version 4.0,
Oh
And-
yeah, I was
yep.
thinking about that.
and now Switch owners can transfer their saved games and user profiles to another system.
Oh wait, they can finally do that.
Yeah.
So wow,
Little by little,
little baby steps.
Baby
Nintendo,
steps, yeah.
Nintendo is
Yeah.
modernizing.
So that's the only way you can look at it.
Soon
yeah.
you'll have achievements on they call them entitlements, coin entitlements. Maybe.
Yeah, you'll have the little like coin sounding.
Ding.
Oh yeah. Oh, if it doesn't have that, then they don't know how to do.
Yeah,
Games.
I agree.
Yeah, they're starting to modernizing the babies growing up.
It's about time. Now they just need to get a cloud saves.
Yeah,
Will be good, yeah.
yeah.
And select games can do video capture now, and these games include Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8, ARMS, and Splatoon 2.
That's gonna be
Oh,
cool.
okay,
That's
yeah.
gonna be good for Twitch developers.
Yeah, you can
Twitch
press.
streamers, not developers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
gonna say-
I was about to say
what?
what. So you can press the capture button to take a screenshot, and then hold it to record the last 30 seconds of play.
That
you
is
can put it up
great.
to Facebook,
That
Twitter.
is great. You know
Twitch.
what? Welcome to 2007, Nintendo. That's great to hear.
I wonder if it gets uploaded to YouTube as a 420 or 480 or whatever. I'm like,
So-
oh man.
Other new features include
420.
include profile icons with characters from Super Mario Odyssey, Legend of Zelda, and you can also have the option
And
to.
Nathan Drake.
I'm gonna
Yoshi.
kick him out of the seat, honestly.
Sorry.
So you'll also have the option to pre-order and pre-download games in Nintendo's eShop.
Oh, finally.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And in the eShop, they finally put the games for sale option.
I heard.
Oh my God.
I heard they're gonna have an app store.
Nintendo apps.
So the newsfeed has a new look, and if you're in a
Nintendo
group
apps.
of local users, it can easily update everyone's system software to the latest version.
We're good. Everyone should.
Yes, this is the perfect time.
Maybe
now.
at 5.0 will be when I decide to jump on it. Be like,
when they have the cloud save.
when they have the
and all
cloud
that.
save, exactly.
That
'Cause-
depends if they do. I mean, for now, they don't even have their online service yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I think that's going to start till the end of the year or beginning of next year. Yeah.
Wow.
And another feature, which is very on the hush-hush side with version 4.0, but
Microtransaction. Oh no, go ahead.
Loot boxes.
no. Some
Microsoft-
Reddit users have discovered that that the update comes with USB support devices. Supports USB
Yeah, sports
devices.
USBs. Okay.
So
All right.
you can use headsets in the USB if you have the dongles.
Nice.
Oh, okay, nice.
All right.
You
All
can
right.
play your Astros.
Yeah. Finally.
Yeah.
And that is all I have.
Awesome. My last piece is the Black Panther trailer, guys.
Oh yeah.
It finally dropped, and man, does that thing look good?
That looks. It looks really good.
It does.
Yes, yeah.
It does.
And I am very happy to see that early reviews for Thor have been giving it like, yeah, this
Amazing, yeah.
is all right.
Yeah.
I think it had like a 98% on
Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah,
on
last
Rotten
I looked,
Tomatoes
yeah.
last time I looked. Yeah.
So This one looks like it's going to be pretty good. I already dug the character from Civil War, so I really can't wait to see more. It comes
the
out.
actor's really
Yeah.
good too.
Yeah. It comes out February 16th, 2018. So that's the actual
Marvel
release. Yeah.
stepping it up.
So I was close.
Close
when
enough,
I
yeah.
said that it might come out Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gotta say,
I feel very sorry for DC. That's all you gotta say, right? That's
no,
like-
I said DC.
Justice League it better be banging.
Yeah, that's
It's
just Justice
It
League
better make me
really-
cry, make me laugh, maybe
Well, you tell me,
be at
okay?
the edge of my seat.
If you tell me the both come out, Thor and this one and Justice League
Justice
come out
League.
in November.
Oh Jesus!
And let's be real, if you have 98% already on Rotten Tomatoes from just
Oh,
Thor, I'm
man.
like, that's a high bar already set. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh,
the
my
only
God.
way, if I hear Justice League is at 98%,
Oh yeah.
then why not both?
Oh no. It's gonna be both anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna be both anyway. But I'm just saying, it's like,
yeah.
oh yeah, this
Yeah.
is it's gonna be awesome. And Justice League needs to like destroy out of the park. Wonder Woman was very good, but yeah, this one needs
This
to
has to
be.
be, yeah.
This was.
That has to be
This
the-
is their Avenger moment. If
Yes.
Honestly,
you know.
though, all I'm gonna say is that trailer's the only trailer I'm gonna see.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
me
me
too,
too, yeah.
me too.
That was
That's
Because
it.
It
That-
showed a
I'm
lot
very
of
happy with it.
action. It
Yep.
didn't spoil anything from what I could see.
Correct. Give me,
No.
yeah.
So that is the only trailer I'm watching
They don't-
now.
But
until it
Black
comes
Panther-
out.
And we have time till February to forget half of what we saw anyway. So
Yeah, exactly. That's
It's a
another
good thing that
exactly.
I don't watch
I have-
TV. So
Yeah, me neither. I still haven't watched the newest Star Wars trailer.
that's
That's
okay.
all right, I'm done.
That's all
with
right.
it.
I
I'm
don't
done with
either.
tra-
You don't have
trailers.
to.
you know,
Nope,
I
you
haven't
don't have
watched any Star Wars trailer. And you know what? I'm okay. I'm happy
Yeah,
about
you don't
that.
have to.
I'm
There-
gonna see the movie.
There wasn't much there
clear-minded.
anyway, so that much
yeah.
I can say.
Hello, everyone over there at the Mouthful Podcast. This is the one, the only Chaos Reaper. Yes, I'm back. I know I've been absent for a couple of weeks, but it's been very busy lately. So yeah, well, here I am again to give my 2 cents about the hot topic of the week. Here it is. Tell it like it is. There you go. And we're talking about best gaming soundtrack, or at least all personal choice. I'm gonna go with my absolute best would be Final Fantasy VII. I don't know the name of the songs, so I'm not gonna be like saying names or anything here, but everybody can recognize Sephiroth's song, the classical Final Fantasy intro music, that is just nostalgia at its best, seriously. But yeah, I have a list here of gaming soundtracks. I asked my classmates from video game design class to see which ones they like best. And this is what I got. I got Halo 2. I mean, because seriously, Halo 2 with that opening song, when that main song. Oh, like seriously, you hear that, that's Halo. Destiny: Rise of Iron, surprisingly. Sonic Adventure 2, because if you haven't listened to the soundtrack of Sonic Adventure 2, you are missing out. I absolutely love that one. Sonic 06. Somebody did mention Sonic 06. I haven't played that game, but okay. Devil May Cry 3. I remember the music, like I said, was pretty good in Devil May Cry 3, so I do agree with that one. Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey and Nocturne. I did not play Strange Journey, but I have played Nocturne, and well, it's very fitting music to the game. It helps immerse yourself into the game. So, the next one is Mad World, which I don't even know what that is. Night Journey of Dream, Cuphead, which from what I've heard, the videos that I've seen and a few streams here and there, it's ridiculous how good that music is in Cuphead. And last but not least, Doom, because Doom, it's Doom. If there's a soundtrack that will get you there's no soundtrack that will get you more pumped than Doom's soundtrack when you're playing that and you're like blasting through every single demon, trying to I don't know, what is it? Close the gates of hell. I haven't really finished Doom yet. It's on my backlog there somewhere. But yeah, that's the list of the best gaming soundtracks from me personally and some of my friends. So there you guys have it. That's it for me this week. Have a good weekend, guys. Take care and GG.
All right, guys, and we're gonna go right into our hot topic of the week.
Brought to you by insert name of
Insert
sponsor
name of
here.
anybody you want. Yes. Yes. So I put it out there. Hot topic, guys, is our favorite video game soundtracks. There's no rules to this. It really is just an appreciation for some of the best music that we've heard while we're playing our favorite games.
Exactly.
Maybe
Exactly.
even not our favorite games. It could be a real bad game,
But
the music is awesome.
hey, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the NES says hello.
Actually,
Hey,
you know what? That may be one from the past. Because that was actually pretty good. Yeah.
That was
you know
really
what
good.
though? The things that make a game is story,
Oh yeah.
characters, mechanics, and more importantly, the soundtrack.
The
The soundtrack, yeah.
You might say.
Soundtrack. I think the soundtrack definitely is a major part of it. I don't know if it will make or break one. Maybe it can break one,
Yeah,
but I don't know if it would actually make one.
it makes the moment feel epic.
Yes. So
I'm not gonna 100% agree with that statement, but I follow in spirit what you're saying, what I'm trying to say, and in spirit,
I think
I'm
we
gonna
need to
say
play
that
more
I'm there with you.
RPGs.
fair enough.
Because
Fair enough.
there have been some.
Some,
Yikes.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, it can break it. That's what I'm saying. It can break a game.
There's a game called just YouTube, a game called Cheetah Man.
Okay.
You see what I
No.
mean?
No,
As
no,
a
no.
cheetah.
Ooh.
Cheetah Man. Yeah, Cheetah Man. Cheetah
So I'm
Man.
gonna start off, and I'm just gonna take it back into time. One may say, this is definitely one of my favorites from back in the day. Perhaps you've heard this particular jam.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I
think
am
I know
so
it.
not ready for this. I am so not ready for this. Of course, we can talk about, of course, we can say the topic of the week is this game. All right, cut it down. We don't want to be cut
I
by
know, we don't want
YouTube.
to. So first off, that is Aerith's theme
Yeah.
from Final Fantasy VII.
I wasn't planning on doing it like this.
Final Fantasy VII,
No,
Final
you don't
Fantasy
have
is
to. You don't have to.
so good.
Yes.
And that particular song from that, anytime I hear that, I get really emotional. I get, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not crying in tears or anything like that, but I mean, it hits me because it's like, it's the perfect, it's a perfect song to explain the worst gaming moment I've ever had. It's like, and it just, and the rest, of course, the rest of the soundtrack, from the title is great. Okay. Even just the overworld music, my gosh, it was just so good. Final Fantasy VII, guys,
I
that is
have
definitely
Costa
one of my
del
favorite.
Sol.
Costa del Sol.
Cause of the song. I have that song on I got every time I hear every time I hear a good song, a good gaming song, I try to Shazam it and see if there's a
thing
there's
for it?
a
Yeah.
song for that I could buy. Yeah, because that song was fantastic. Man, what that is
You weren't
very
ready for that,
difficult.
right?
And that is difficult to top. Well, my list is long, so I'm not gonna have music pieces. I might interject here and there
With
a
some
little bit
music
so you
pieces?
can
Okay.
hear it. Maybe
Fair
you'll hear it in the background, but I'm not gonna look for it. One of my favorite music of all times is the soundtrack for Katamari Damacy.
Katamari
Oh
Damacy.
my
Katamari Damacy. Na 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 na.
Imagine.
Jason hate me right about now, and you're gonna see his post. I guarantee it down below. Yes, Katamari Damacy. I think I posted it, so this should come. This should not come as a surprise. It's a very cute game. And I think the soundtrack just like nails not only the fact that they go for that wacky aesthetic, but the soundtrack itself is wacky in itself. So yeah, it's a very fun title. I love the soundtrack of it, and I wish I would have been prepared to have a song of
okay.
music play for
It's
it
all
because it is so good.
It's
bro.
quirky
It's
and
so
everything.
good, yes.
What
The
you
whole
have?
soundtrack.
The whole soundtrack. What you have over there, Miss Shadows? One of your faves.
Honestly, since you're going a little throwback, I want to go to Yoshi's Story
Oh,
on Nintendo 64.
So Yoshi's Story, that was Nintendo or Super Nintendo?
No, the
Nintendo
story
64.
Yoshi Island was Super Nintendo. Yoshi's Story was Nintendo 64.
Nintendo 64.
I don't know what I'm talking about because I don't remember.
Jesus
You don't
Christ.
remember? he doesn't remember.
I believe her though. I'm with
I
her.
believe
It
her
was
too,
the
yeah.
theme song that I absolutely fell in love with.
The Yoshi Story theme song. Okay,
All right.
that's an interesting one.
Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it real
Yeah,
quick.
I'm looking
Yeah, I
it
mean,
up
there's-
right here.
it had a lot of
Yoshi
music.
Story. I found the one for 64.
Title
I don't
theme.
remember the name of it, but I loved the.
This is gonna
theme.
sound horrible because we're putting.
If I hear, I'll tell you if it's the right one. That one.
I remember this.
I loved it as a kid.
I remember this.
It's so
Oh my
happy-go-lucky that
Yeah.
you just can't help but.
I'm gonna live it with you right there. It is a very happy song.
That's actually pretty good. That is actually pretty good. Well, my next one here is a little bit more contemporary, a little bit more recent. You may have heard of this particular jam. It is this particular jam is called Hellwalker. Let me see if I can
You bastard! You freaking bastard! I hate you. I was looking for it too. Oh my god! Put it there, bastard. Put it again. No, again. There we go.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. That. Yes.
Oh
You
my God! If
just
that does not
stole-
make you.
You just stole my next one. Oh my god! It's like taking the food out of my mouth.
If that does not make you want to go tear something up,
Yes.
I don't know what does.
The Doom.
The Doom
Of course, we're
soundtrack.
talking about the 27,
gonna say, I'm like,
2016
that's
2016. Yeah.
Doom soundtrack. It is if you like heavy
Phenomenal,
metal.
yes.
If Gilberto, let me talk to you right now. Thanks for your entry. Of course, we're gonna we heard it was awesome.
Honestly, though, but who really cares if you liked it? Like, it made the game.
Yeah, but if you don't like that, like I wouldn't play that to my wife.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I mean, but you wouldn't really be
I would
rocking
play
to
the
that
Yoshi
while
story to
playing.
my wife.
But I mean, you wouldn't be rocking to that while playing a shoot 'em up game. Like, that gets you in the mood.
Oh my god,
That gets you so hyped up. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna beat these guys.
it is.
Oh, it is
so
Yeah,
good.
I cannot express how awesome that freaking soundtrack is. It honestly, the game gets tough, but that music will keep you going. It will keep. It's almost playing for you, and as you're getting into the later levels of it, man, does that thing just? It
Not
just
only that, it's a fast-paced game, so
really
you're keeping
fast-paced,
up
yes.
with the music, which
absolutely.
is awesome.
That is the perfect pair for that game. Anything else would have been
That was my
a big
soundtrack
miss.
of the that was my soundtrack of that year.
Unbelievable.
It was great. It
Yes.
was great. Now here's a soundtrack. This is a game that not a lot of people might not remember. It came out on PS3, and the soundtrack for this game was simple, but the soundtrack for it was fantastic, and it did so much for this game, which is a simplistic. Well, I won't call it super simplistic, but it was a breakout type of game almost. Of course, I'm talking about Shatter for Nintendo.
Oh, Shattered. Okay,
yes, yes. And it had movies sound like this.
Yes. Yes.
And the soundtrack on that game was phenomenal.
pretty tight, yeah.
Probably one of the best soundtracks I've heard in gaming. It was
You know
that.
what's funny?
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
It was that. So it sounded so good.
You know what? It's called Shattered, right?
yeah.
Shattered, yeah.
So you know what? I'm gonna put that on Spotify and be listening to
should.
that on Overwatch.
You should. Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty freaking. That's pretty awesome. There, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't think I've ever played that game. Completely, like really sat down and devoted some time.
Oh, I
to it.
finished it,
did
and
you?
it was weird to. Yeah, it was weird. It was weird because it's like a Arkanoid type of game. I would say it almost had a campaign and a story because you were defeating bosses at one point, and the music for the boss fights was like amazing. It pumped you up so hard. It was so good, and I almost want to see that game brought to PS4 if I could. It's available on PC actually. You still can play, and it's it's super cheap. You should actually get it on PC.
Okay.
Because
I'll look
it's
into
a
it,
game. It's a simple game. It's gonna run super super perfect, and it has that music. That soundtrack alone is worth.
It's
that
worth
game.
it, yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
Yeah.
What you got over there, Shadow?
I think I'm gonna be a little modern now. I will say, since I'm still on that high, that I really have enjoyed the Life is Strange soundtrack.
Yeah.
For both games. 'cause,
Yeah. I'm sure
mean,
it has a good
I
same
know,
aesthetics.
like, for those who like indie music, that'll be for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
not
remember
only
listening to that.
Like,
Good stuff.
it also makes the moments a lot more powerful than what they look like.
Than what they look
Yeah.
like. Yeah. I agree.
You
That
know,
was a
like-
great. I didn't play the newest one,
played
but
the
I
first.
assume the second one has similar
Like there are
aesthetics. Yeah.
parts, like I don't want to do any spoilers, but there are like big parts in both games where
The
like,
music
it-
just
the
rips
music,
at
like
you.
I've had points where I'm just like almost choking because
yes.
I'm like,
yes. I
this
agree.
moment plus the music with it, like it will literally like break your heart.
I agree. I agree 100%. Yes, I remember the first one. I was like, "Oh man, this is." And you can almost feel it swelling at some point. You're like,
Especially-
"Oh,
The very last episode for the first game,
For the
just
first,
like,
yes.
oh my god, no.
yes." My next one here is a drug-fueled type music here, and it is
Narc?
No, it is.
Oh my God! Yes, I should have put that on my list also. That is Oh, I was gonna call Miami Vice.
Is it Hotline Miami?
Hotline Miami, that's right.
See, I know
Hotline Miami is
because
so good.
one time when we had when the family was here, we were having dinner. He would actually play the soundtrack,
Oh,
so that's why I
my God.
recognized
I would just
it.
leave it playing as we're eating.
Oh, I need
I'm
to,
like, it is
I need
amazing.
to have that.
That is a great
I need
soundtrack.
to have that soundtrack.
Yeah.
I have
was-
this on Spotify, by the way. This is where I'm playing it from.
That's another
yeah.
one that I need to add.
Yes, it is. It is absolutely that's another trance music that puts you in a trance, and which you almost
Yeah.
need to be in order to just. I mean, because anyone who hasn't played Hotline Miami, what it is a top down, essentially a shooter, but you're going in. You get shot once, you're dead. So you have to go in, just go guns blazing. And let me tell you, this music.
Oh, it
is-
super bumps you up.
Forget
And
it. Yeah.
it doesn't. That's one of the games where I don't care if I die. It just immediately goes
Yes,
back and
it
the
resets
music
so
is,
quick.
Yeah,
Yes, it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna turn the cheese up a little bit because I know we don't have a lot of J-pop fans other than Jason. Might meet me here. he might be my boy here with me. But Persona 3.
Persona 3.
Persona 3 had one of the best soundtracks also in game, at least of the Persona series. I'm not gonna say in gaming, even though I have the whole series. And this was, of course, the theme of when they were when you will go around your school, and it's super cheesy,
Yeah.
but it's J-pop. It's like it's J-pop. Let's call it.
That's what it is.
It is great. I
But you know
love
what?
that
See,
game.
on top of that, I also like the Persona 5 soundtrack too.
Yeah, the Persona.
Like when I would the ending theme.
Yes, when you go back to the
like after you're battling,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
single time, like after playing for so long, I start singing along to it because it's so
pretty good, too. I'm
catchy.
not gonna lie.
No, but I'm not gonna lie. This, of course, I put that particular song. It brings me good memories of that game. But the game also have some like dark or mysterious or like really touching moments, and the music that would accompany it will be perfect. I believe I told you. There's a part on that game where it almost seems like, okay, we have an unsurmountable thing that we're not gonna be able to escape alive. We're not gonna be able to. So, and the time frame to get to that, during that time frame, the whole music, the whole ambience just changes to this ominous song that it's beautiful in itself. It's kind of like it's impending doom, but it is up there. It has a beauty to it. So I praise that soundtrack as one of the best of the whole Persona
But you
series.
know-
Some people might argue Persona 4 had a better soundtrack. I'm gonna stick to Persona 3.
on the tree.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But like J-pop, like it's surprisingly very uplifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's almost on purpose.
Almost
Yeah.
on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposed to get you in the groove.
Next one.
What else you got?
You know, I really did like the Horizon Zero Dawn soundtrack.
Really?
Yes.
I don't
I don't think I
recall
remember
anything. Yeah, I'm
any,
trying to think of
anything
some.
that was.
You
I mean, it
never
was
heard
more a
any of it?
musical score.
But I mean, it was not
Yeah.
bad. It was
Yeah,
very.
The thing
yeah.
is, though, is that like I'm a band geek.
You're a band
So,
geek.
Yeah. So
Fair
I
enough.
like music and I love listening to epic scores.
Yeah.
Oh,
Honestly,
I got you.
that's
I got
why
you. That's
I
good.
loved playing
Yeah.
this game.
That's good. No, that's definitely good. Yeah, that's definitely. It didn't catch me. But that's mostly because the killing of the dinosaurs
and I really
is what caught me.
like
Yeah.
enjoyed
Yeah.
Alo's
Well,
theme.
you might say I'm with her. You might say the
Interesting. I didn't even
what
think about
killing the.
You know if you ever heard the song where you hear the woman's voice like singing, that's Alo's theme.
Okay.
That's her theme
Okay.
song.
Oh, okay.
And while you're killing dinosaurs, having that music in
music
the background
matches
is
for you.
Also,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if anyone's really tried this before, but listening to epic scores while playing like Destiny or something makes the game a lot more better.
Not better. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Well, some might argue that the game should have those scores.
I know.
Fair enough, right?
But I'm pretty sure a lot of us listening to music while we play online games and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely. Keeping it contemporary here. This is actually very, very recent and has shot up the chart as far as my favorite. One of my favorite soundtracks. Not to mention the game itself still sits as one of my favorites for this year. You probably won't recognize it, but
I mean, that sounds familiar, but I don't think I really.
I don't recognize that.
No.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
yes, it's very cool. This is from the Pyre soundtrack. The game
That's
Pyre.
why
Oh,
it sounds
from Fire.
familiar because I
And-
watched you play it.
And let me tell you, this soundtrack has so many good tunes in it. I forget it. It's the game itself. Again, it's already one of my favorites. It's up there as one of my favorites of the year. And not to mention the story and everything else, but definitely I cannot praise it more. Darren Korb is the composer behind this. The entire album. He's did the entire freaking album.
Yeah.
Apparently he's worked with the makers of Pyre. I can't think of the name. Supergiant Games.
Supergiant Games.
He's worked with them before. Which
games are
their
usually
have
a
generally
really
Hello
good
Transistor.
soundtrack. Oh, yeah. I forgot to put Transistor on my list.
Transistor.
Okay, Transistor is on my list also. Yes.
So
the music is fantastic.
Let me tell you,
So I guess us both then.
Yeah, there you go.
they
Such a good game.
Such a good game.
literally outdid themselves with this one here.
Yeah.
I kid you not. It's one of my favorites, hands down.
Well, I have a favorite of all times for me, and is this little one that you're gonna recognize. You're gonna
Oh
tell
my
me you
goodness.
recognize this one. Come on,
I'm horrible with this song.
dude. Really?
Yeah, they all sound like bleeps and bloops.
Sir, this is none other than Castlevania 3,
Castlevania
Dracula's Curse.
Okay.
The best of those.
So lots of
I
bleeps
would
and
say
bloops.
Lots of bleeps and
It
bloops.
has a lot of bleeps and bloops.
Some of the best bleeps and bloops.
Some of the finest bleeps and bloops this side of Konami. This was back when Konami and Sunsoft. I gotta give honorable mention to Sunsoft. We were talking about some crappy games with excellent soundtrack. Fester Quest says I. Fester Quest was a garbage game.
Fester's Quest,
Sorry
yeah.
for those who liked
Yeah.
it, but the soundtrack was amazing. And the soundtrack for Batman, the 1989 Batman,
Mm-hmm.
that was also Sunsoft. My God, the soundtrack is amazing. That game, rocks my socks off. And I cannot believe that you will not recognize this one. I was really hoping that you will give me a yeah. Nothing.
So,
wow.
Sorry.
All I'm saying is that A Link to the Past better be on your list, or I'm walking out.
Miss Shadow.
So are we not going to talk about Metal Gear Solid?
Metal Gear Solid?
I had, well, not Solid.
Which
Well,
one?
My
have two.
favorite was 3, though. My favorite was
Three?
Snake Eater,
Yes. Okay. All right. All
I
right.
was gonna say,
I'm
Snake
gonna level
Eater
with
is,
you.
Yeah,
Give it
Snake
right here.
Eater's of all of them. I haven't played 4, so I don't know. But
Snake Eater.
Snake Eater is probably my
Yes.
favorite. Like, my most
Yes.
favorite out of all of them.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. You're making
Yeah.
this difficult for me because I really like 2, but I'm not gonna deny that
3 is
that
really good.
fight. That fight with
Yeah.
boss?
with Liquid.
Liquid?
Oh, you're
yeah,
talking about the
at
part
the
2.
end.
Wait.
in part 2.
You
Liquid.
Liquid.
Because
You
in
fight
3,
Liquid.
you fight the big boss.
Yeah,
in
the
3.
boss.
But in
And-
2, you fight...
Right. Sorry,
his
on
face?
2. Yeah. Sorry. You fight Solidus on 2.
Solidus, yeah.
On 3,
You fight boss.
the
the
big boss.
And then you have
Oh,
that
the boss.
theme
The boss, yeah.
song
And
at
then on
the
4
end.
is that you fight Liquid. Okay, you're right.
But that
yes,
theme song right after you fight her.
when you fight when on 4 when you're fighting Liquid, it goes through all the last level songs of Metal Gear Solid, then Metal Gear Solid 2,
Oh, okay,
then it
yeah.
plays Snake Eater as well, and even the life bars. They changed like the life bar
to look like that.
to look like the life bar of the original game. Metal Gear Solid 4 was weird.
Favorite
It
part of
was.
a Snake Eater when he's climbing up the ladder. And it's just climbing up the ladder for God knows how long,
Oh,
and then the
yeah.
music comes out, and
Yeah.
you're just hearing the music. Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I know. Oh my
So
God,
good.
I'm Shadow. You nailed it there, man.
All right, so my last one here. I'm just gonna throw this last one out here. This has to be the most easiest one to figure out.
Is that Cuphead?
No,
All right.
it would be the next best thing.
Is this Bioshock?
Yeah,
Is this Bioshock?
this is
Yeah.
Bioshock soundtrack.
Why in the world would you pick this particular song?
It was just the first one I hit, but I was trying to be, trying to get you to
Oh,
get it.
you're trying to get by
So-
throwing an obscure one.
An obscure one. Yes.
Oh, Bioshock.
Bioshock. I mean, what other than the rest of the world in the game? What else can bring you back to the 1950s or 60s that the game takes place? That's also one of my favorite things. I love to just sit back, jam to these old little tunes. They last a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Yes.
and yeah, that's definitely so. Yeah, that's the 5 that I have here. I'll leave it at that as far as what
That's
I have.
that's the one that you're closing with.
I'm closing with that. Yes.
Oh man. Hold on. Let me see. I have several ones that I will put here, and I'm gonna go through them real quick. But this is probably one of my favorites recent soundtracks.
His face, though. He's like, what?
Let me see. You might recognize this.
Oh, this is near.
Yes,
Yeah.
you heard it like 3
Yeah.
times
Yeah,
on
yeah,
every
yeah.
ending.
Okay.
Yes,
I was waiting for the chorus
yes. So
or the whatever they call that.
not just this song, it has a lot of other songs. This was just the first one that I picked. But that soundtrack
Nier Automata.
made that game.
Sorry,
yeah,
Nier
Nier
Automata.
Automata. That soundtrack pretty much made that game for me. It was like it had moments where, especially, well, I'm not gonna spoil the end, but especially at the end, it had moments that it made me feel proud to be a gamer almost. Let's just say, So yeah, I praise that whole soundtrack. That was the last soundtrack that I have bought. Actually, that's not true because I bought a song from a recent game that I played that I'm not gonna mention, which I also like the song, the ending song. Anyway, real quick, just to finish, because apparently I'm the one that made the bigger list. I kind of wanted to give honorable mentions to Halo 2 as probably one of the best cinematic music, along with Metal Gear Solid. I was gonna say Metal Gear Solid 2, but I think it's 3. I think she's right. I
think it's clear the winner is 3,
I think
yeah.
it's clear. Best use of licensed music. I think
GTA.
I was gonna say the original Forza Horizon, not 2 or 3, but the original Forza Horizon. But yeah, come on, it's freaking GTA.
GTA,
Everybody
yeah.
knows it.
Well,
And
which
it-
GTA
specifically
specifically?
Vice City.
Vice City.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
Vice
about to
City.
say.
Yeah.
That is
That
a
one
soundtrack.
was the best.
That was a soundtrack that you need to get the whole collection, like the whole thing. The whole package is awesome. Life is Strange is there.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Shadow. Life is Strange, the original one, because I haven't played the new one.
the new one's good.
But I also post Rest.
Okay, yeah.
Rest there. And best platformer music, I put Sonic 3. Because for those of you who don't know, the music of Sonic 3 was it was a collaboration with Michael Jackson.
Yes, I recall that. Yes.
And the music of the credits at the end of Sonic 3, the tone of it was used Michael Jackson's "Stranger in Moscow," which is one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs. And yeah, I just wanted to put it out there that soundtrack is pretty awesome.
Awesome, and too bad
Sonic CD was also good.
too bad the game didn't live up to it.
It did. So it more than did. I'm sorry, but it more than did.
I'm just
So
joking.
can I just say like a specific song that we all know is a favorite?
Sure, throw it up.
Final Fantasy's Victory theme. You can't say that's
man.
not a favorite.
Oh no, that
You're
is a
having
favorite.
fun there.
Yeah. So I know, right? At least you're having fun. So yeah, I want to quickly run through some of the ones that were posted on the
Oh
group,
yeah, there was a
which,
lot of
there was a
participation on
lot,
this one.
a
I'm glad to
lot,
see. I'm
yes.
glad to see. Let's see, guys.
What did
Let's
you-
see if you guys are right.
Yeah, I know. Let's see if we can agree with you. here.
Yeah.
First off, there's a long list of insults regarding Katamari Damacy.
What? Who was that?
I have no idea. Some guy named Jason Fariello.
I told you, that guy, man.
Amy Alexander, she points out, I'm going to not
I
go
know.
with probably the expected answer and say that my favorite would probably be the Life is
Dragon
Strange
Age.
soundtrack.
Oh, Life is Strange soundtrack. Oh,
yeah, so
yes.
she definitely agree. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
That's the one
Definitely
that,
agree
that
with
will
that.
rip
Amazing.
your heart out.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Jason Fariello has a long list here. He has Mirror's Edge, original and Catalyst, Castlevania Symphony of the Night,
Yes.
which is a definitely
Absolutely.
good one. The Guardian Legend, one of his favorite NES games. I'm not sure what that is.
Not
Mega
around
Man
that
2.
Mega Man 2, yes. Actually, Mega Man 3
more
was
bleeps and bloops.
evidently better.
I'm kidding.
Come on,
I'm joking.
I would have thought you would have more appreciation for those
I do.
titles.
Yeah, no, I like Mega
Do you
Man.
remember the like Sonic Adventure? Remember Escape from the City?
No,
You've
not
never
Sonic
played
Adventure.
it?
No,
Oh
I
my
missed that.
goodness.
No. I was not a Sega guy.
And last, he threw Half-Life 3. No, wait. I mean Half-Life 2.
I don't know. A soundtrack? Half-Life 2?
I
I
don't
don't
recall
remember
soundtrack,
hearing
yeah.
a single song on that.
Don't-
'Cause even when you start the game, it's just Half-Life 2. There's nothing. Unless he talks about when the Valve logo comes out. Dun,
Oh,
dun,
perhaps. I mean, everybody likes something. Brett McLaren, he threw it out there. Streets of Rage 2.
Yes, I was thinking of
soundtrack.
putting that one. Streets of Rage, absolutely.
Yeah. He also put.
It had the back when the music music that was coming out was trying to do. Oh my god, I forgot the name of the artist that will have the. I forgot the
I have
name.
no
of
idea
that.
what it is.
That
Yeah.
sounds familiar. I forgot too.
He also put up a game called Buck Bumble for the Nintendo 64. That one is definitely an obscure one. Let me see if I can
I've
play something
never heard
here.
of that before.
I never heard of that one.
Let's see if I can get a little bit of the music going.
Rock with the biggity bump, bump, bump to the bump to the bump to the bass, bump to the bump.
I'm not sure what
I'm
that
very
is.
happy. Yeah.
That's definitely different. But that's cool though. I mean, hey, and Chackrod apparently liked it, so that's good. Chackrod put in, of course, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Oh, you put the wrong Zelda, man.
Really? But you know what?
I forgive you, but yeah.
But you know-
I'm gonna let you finish, but Ocarina of Time. I mean, Link to the Past had the
He
best
even
soundtrack of
said
all
it,
time.
yeah. But you know, Link to the Past is good though. But I also liked Wind Waker.
I didn't play enough.
I
of it
liked
to-
Wind Waker's music, but I personally still think that A Link to the Past is probably
Yeah,
better.
buddy.
He also put in Skyrim's theme song as well.
Oh yeah, Dova King, Silver King, ba-da-dum, bum bum bum. Actually,
He also
that
included
is
some
a
Witcher
great
3
Jim
music.
song. Let me
Yeah.
tell you.
But that's probably the only good song of it.
What, Skyrim?
No, Skyrim.
joking.
Oh,
I'm joking.
that is
Come
so
on.
good.
I haven't heard
but the
any
thing
of
is,
the
though,
music
is
for it.
that
So.
You are the Dova King. You are the.
But you know that theme song is the only
Iconic thing
It's-
from
yeah,
the
that's
game.
true.
Nobody
That's what
else
he-
talks
actually,
about the rest of the music.
That is what
no,
he put.
no,
he
it's
put
all
Double
ambience
King.
music. It's all blips and
He put the
bloops.
Double King song is what he posted on
Yes,
here. So.
the Dova King song, of course.
He also put in Witcher 3 music, which I enjoyed, but it. I mean, I only
was
had 5,
ambience,
and
yeah.
it wasn't. It didn't make the top.
Yeah.
Giovanni put in here Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, 3, World, 64, Sunshine, Galaxy.
All right.
All of them are superb.
All right, Jamal. In the spirit of the topic, pick one.
Well, moving on.
I will have to go with 3.
Kirby score. The Zelda's orchestra arrangements. The intro song to Gears of War. The sounds of Uncharted.
Wait, to Gears of War?
Gears of War. Is what he put.
I'm trying to
Wait,
remember which one.
The first one, or just any of them, or just
He just
specifically
put
the
Gears
first
of
one?
War. The
All
intro
right.
song
I think he's
for
talking
Gears
about
of War.
Mad World from the commercial.
Oh my
best
gosh.
video game commercial ever.
He said, "Hell, that Halo chorus from the start screen, man. Music is a key to great deliverance." Yeah,
He's
You know
not
what's
wrong.
funny?
Gilberto
He's not
mentioned
wrong.
that one
You know
as
what's
well.
funny
Yeah.
is that when I was in band, we actually played the Halo theme song
Oh yeah.
and sang that part too.
Oh, that's so great. Yeah, Halo, man.
Chackrod also came back with Grand Theft Auto Vice City. as well,
Yeah,
which is a
Chakra. See,
great choice.
now you're vindicating yourself,
Great
brother.
choice. And then he put in the Michael Jackson Moonwalker soundtrack, which
There was the
Yeah, I
Sega
know,
Genesis
yeah.
game.
The
yeah,
Sega Genesis.
Of course. But you might as well say Michael Jackson.
yeah, the Moonwalker soundtrack. Or just go with the Moonwalker. yeah.
soundtrack. Yes. Yeah, I'm with you. Chakra, 2 for 2, brother.
Oh man. Well, guys, that brings us to the end of an awesome episode. Episode 78 of GG's The Mouthful Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, guys, go to goodgame.tech, join the group there, join the conversation. If you're listening to this on YouTube, iTunes, or Google Play, please like and subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Arnaldo, a.k.a. Mad Dog, signing off for this week. Mr. Dream Twister.
Guys, you are awesome. Thank you so much for the participation. This is the reason why I love this group, man.
Definitely.
Everybody comes up and they just throw, and it's great. It's great. I encourage everybody to continue participating on the topic of the week comments, because
Yes,
we
well,
love
definitely.
when you guys have opinions on the stuff that we're saying. We know that we're not doing the show just to hear our voices, and we're not the only ones listening.
Exactly. Miss Shadow, take us home.
Honestly, I really enjoyed this topic.
This topic? Yeah.
Because
Good stuff.
like I love listening to music and I love game music. Like who doesn't?
Yeah, most definitely. I agree.
It was good.
Awesome. So we'll see you guys next week.
GG.
GG's The Mouthful Podcast is brought to you by GoodGame.tech, the most welcoming gaming community on Facebook. Join the conversation at www.goodgame.tech.